Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Sen. Sen.
Hello, Streamy McLurky.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, Piph.
What's up?
Oh, I just saw what you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then there's no need to elaborate, is there? Then we can just move on. There was nothing funny here. Nothing at all. Pay no attention to the Piph. No longer Piph stream.
Yeah, there's no dating in GeForce. Almost by design. No dating.
No dates. Only grapes.
I'm so excited to get back to Kitty Love. I'm jazzed. Guys, I'm jazzed. The concept of jazz.
What are we in the 1920s?
Are we?
All this jazz?
That's where jazz does live.
Yeah. Jazz doesn't live anywhere else. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a 1930s stan.
Wouldn't that be something if you just like top 10 the hot top 100 songs and then it's just jazz, like classic saxophone freestyle jazz. That's just what it was. I wonder how many people would be upset. I guess since in the Hot 100, I think people would be okay with it, but maybe it's like the funk backlash or whatever the flip. Alright, let's get to the actual game, shall we?
Let's date some boys.
Let's date some boys. I did the 5-minute, preamble that I usually talk over anyway.
Sorry, J-Man. Oh, we just came back to this, huh? It's been 5 years!
Oh my god.
5 years and we come back to this?
The printer dating sim? No. I was thinking about that while I was listening to his music.
Alright, thanks everyone for stopping by.
I opened my eyes and stretched. I was back at my room. I'm back, right? I'm always checking my body in the morning. My hands, legs, and body, all of them are human. I feel relieved.
My hand is another tiny human.
Oh. Off to a rip-roaring start. The way to break the curse. I remember the words that the black cat told me. To break the curse, I need to have a true love's kiss. True love. I don't think I'll be able to find someone that easily. I feel more depressed after sighing, so I got off from the bed to change my mood.
That side of the bed is depressing. Gets up on the other side of the bed. Oh, dang it. No, that side's also depressing. Crawls over the foot of the bed. Okay, well, at least I have 1 foot forward.
Thank you very much. I sent off our last customer from the store. It was only Takuma and I in the shop. It's less busy, so should I go and change the display outside? I'm in charge of the product display outside. I fix it quite often when there aren't so many customers. The display outside is the first place the customers check, so I want to keep the eye-catching. Keep it eye-catching. There we go. That was good. That was a good sentence. I just flipped it up. There was a clear sky, and the color of the flowers looked even more vivid. Considering the weather and the seasonal flowers, maybe this should be here. And the one that will match with this is this one and that one. I look at the flowers that are on the display and try to look for some balance. I plan the display in my head and place it on the area. I will make some adjustment and make it closer to how I imagine. It might be a bit difficult. Sorry, different. I forget
Am I voicing him, or were you voicing him?
I think I was voicing. I don't think you were voicing anybody last time.
I don't think I was, no.
If you'd like to participate, this boy is available.
Is it okay if I say no?
Yes. Unlike with D&D, you're absolutely allowed to say no.
But D&D also is a dating sim. I just haven't found anyone in that dating sim yet. One of these days, it's on the bucket list.
What are you doing? When I turned around, there was Mr. Kawahara, looking slightly different from usual. Oh, help? 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 I can still smell alcohol. Was he working until now? I smelled alcohol and frowned. Don't frown your face when you see your customer. I know you can smell alcohol, but... Oh, you had work until just now? I remember the question he was asking, so I was explaining what I was doing. I was fixing the flower, so that many customer will stop by.
Please, many customer.
Many customer will stop by. Yeah, I'll try to make a good display that you makes you want to wanting to visit. I'll try to make a good display that makes you wanting to visit. Got it.
Got it. You did it.
I'm nodding my head vigorously, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me? I'll be difficult for you to convince me. Sorry, it'll be difficult. I'll be difficult for you.
Thanks.
Then he grinned and answered, I look forward to that, bye.
That good old, writing thing that is, like, that would be kind of fine if this was just a text medium, but we have a visual. You can see him grinning.
Kawahara grinned as he disappeared and faced the other and faced the other way to walk away. He grinned and left the shop. I guess he was just passing by.
How many... If he grins even more, he's going to just become the Joker.
Imagine him, like, going to neutral face each time in between those. The way he talks hasn't changed, but he cares about the shop. Not just the shop.
He grins a lot more than I would have remembered, though.
Not just the shop. He might look like he's only complaining, but he sometimes talks to me even on the days he's just passes by. I was facing a flower pot. I tried to change it one by one and made a plan on Saturday. Then I'll change the pot. Hold on, let me try to figure out what's going on here. I was facing the flower pot. I tried to change the flower pot, one by one. The flowers? And made it...
I was facing a flower pot.
Okay.
I tried to change it one by one, and I made a plan on Saturday. Then I'll change the pot.
Okay, what is being changed one by one? Is the flower pot the
flower
flower?
pots?
The display switching flower pot?
The
Moving
flowers
on.
in the pot. it's like a really shitty ritual.
I wanted to make it look like something people want to stop to look at. Finished.
Look.
It looks nice. I was stretching and looking at the display. It took time, but...
How many times can people grin and look?
But I think it was worth it. I'm sure Mr. Kawahara will stop by. When would he come next? Who knows?
Who knows? I don't.
Are you alright? After lunch, our shop was less busy. Yes, of course. What is it? I stopped cleaning and answered. I'm sorry, can you go to the delivery? There will be my regulars coming soon and want to deal with... But they want it to be delivered fast too. I'm not even gonna... That's it, that's what it says, and I'm moving on. Sure. Where should I deliver to? Thank you. It's for Club Violin. Viola? Club Viola. Club Viola. That's where our regular customer, Mr. Kawahara, is working, right? Yeah. All the staff is already inside the car.
Not all the stuff.
All the stuff. All the stuff is already in the car. So I'll see you in a bit. Yes, thank you very much.
Just opens up the car and then just a clown car of staff come pouring out.
I got the car key and went towards the car. It took only 10 mins for the shop to the downtown. I stopped the car in the parking lot and delivered the flour using the cart to deliver. It's my first time to enter here as a human when Mr. Kawahara...
It's my first time to enter.
As a human... I would love to just, like, go into a TTRPG and it's like, wow, this is the first time I entered here as a human.
Anyway.
When Mr. Kawahara... Is Mr. Kawahara there? When I heard that...
Heard what?
I think it's supposed to be then.
No,
I looked around a little bit and walked down a corridor. I can hear a big voice suddenly. What is this? Gah! I jumped when I heard the voice. It was surprising. Something happened inside. I can't see what it's like from where I stand. What should I do? It's difficult for me to enter.
Difficult to enter as human.
Only I was not human. Then I could enter.
If only I was a cat.
Only was a cat. Let's see. This is Kitty Love Guide. There's Kawahara. We are in chapter 3. There we go. Let's see if I can... Oh, I can. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. So the right answer is go closer and check. Scared, so wait a little.
Oh.
I'm scared, but if I don't get closer, I wouldn't know what's happening. I can't just stay here too. I started moving with my cart. I was thinking how I should enter. Since last month, 20% of the sales are dropping. We had people making more claim. Kyo.
Well, we had people making more claim?
Claim.
Claim?
Claim.
Claim? What is that
What
supposed
have
to
you-
mean?
Maybe they mean capital? Anyway. What have you been doing? I heard a person yelling. When I came closer to the hall, there was middle-aged guy coming closer to Mr. Kawahara.
Such a happy song for being yelled at.
Why would you use this song?
Don't know.
It's so bad. I'm sorry, sir. He was bowing toward... Is that bowing? Towards the person, and it was weird to see him. You think you'll be alright just by apologizing? Even Mr. Kawahara apologized. Even if Mr. Kawahara apologizes, he doesn't calm down, so he went closer to Mr. Kawahara. But he didn't move or change his expression, and apologized quietly. You're the #1 host in this club, right? It was only that level here. It was only that level here. Alright.
Okay.
Mr. Kawahara was looking down and went silent. I don't know what kind of expression he was or what he's thinking. he has, what expression he has, or what he's thinking. You understand me! You will bring back the number of sales by next month! This is an order from the owner!
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll bring it back up. The owner
if you
comes...
will that you're in Japan and you enter a host club and this is the music they play.
The owner comes towards me after Mr. Kawahara talks. The owner didn't even think much when I passed through. I don't know how to talk to him after I saw a situation like that. Mr. Kawahara? When I called Mr. Kawahara, he looked up towards me as if nothing happened. Oh, you came for the delivery. All good? Yeah, can you sign here, please? Mr. Kawahara talked to me normally, so I tried to speak the same as usual. Sad face.
I tried to speak as usual, does not speak. Well,
Alright.
that's I guess the usual.
What is this, the Beastie Boys? It's nice.
Just entering. Oh, this is like the most happiest host club I've ever been to. Wow. Wow.
Is this Smash Mouth?
Wow, is this One Direction?
Oh wow, is this One Direction? Twirls hair. My minister told me not to be.
I can't believe you still remember that.
This is the funniest thing. What it was earlier, I was worried about Mr. Kawahara, but it sounds difficult to ask. I got a signature for handing flowers and left Club Viola.
Viola.
Yeah, it looks good. I finished changing the place of the flowers and I felt satisfied with the results. It took time yesterday, but it was smoother today. Then there was a voice from behind. Someone was trying to stand nearby. Mr. Kawahara, how are you? Have you looked at my display? You fool!
Oh, he's in his
You fool!
comfy wear.
That's
You
not
fool.
right. Is Takuma here? Yes. Can I help you?
I'm not talking about.
The customer liked the flowers the other day and wanted to get a couple of them. That's great. Thank you very much.
Why does he have a mullet? Because he is a host, so he has to be both business and party.
I see. I told you it's not the one you made. The one Takuma made. I know. But thank you for liking our arrangement. Huh. You being so honest and scary.
No, I am being customer service at you.
Mr. Kawahara looked away shyly. Oh, you're scary.
Your
Blusher.
your attempt to slyly insult this woman has been turned around because she customer serviced at you and went, dang it.
I'll do my best to be like Takuma. Mr. Kawahara awkwardly judged me and went inside the shop.
True love.
Takuma asked me to make a list after the shop is closed. I can't say to Takuma that I'll become a cat so I can't work. Yawn, I'm sleepy. I don't mind waking up early, but I've been staying up until late so I can't work well. I stayed there so long yesterday too. I might look suspicious. Recently when I turned into a cat I went towards Mr. Kawahara's place. I don't want to bother Mr. Kawahara so much, but it's fun to stay in the shop, so it's hard to go home. Mr. Kawahara is being nice. Well, because I'm a cat. When he laughs at me, he smiles so innocently.
What's with the what's with the end dash?
I don't know. I shook my head. I think I'm thinking stuff I shouldn't have because I haven't been sleeping. Is that the time? I have to finish this now?
Can someone summarize the plot? Seems very coherent. Plot. You are a lady. You have moved here somewhat recently. You work at flower shop. You have no life other than working at flower shop, basically. One day, while you're at a lunch break, you go to local park and be like, wow, hello stray cats. You are having a great life being cat. I wish I could be a cat. And this black cat is like, wish granted. And now she is cursed to become a cat at night, but returns to being a human at day. And in order to break the curse, she needs true love's kiss. Unfortunately for her, the curse gets longer and longer. Like, she becomes a cat longer and longer period of time. So if she doesn't find true love, she will remain a cat forever if she does not hurry up. That's basically it. There's this host boy who gets flowers for his paid date ladies. So he goes to this flower shop and he kind of like antagonizes our main character. I think he's trying to be like jokester, but it's really just antagonizing.
Yeah. It was about the time for opening the shop. I wrote the number things for ordering onto the list and sent it. I closed the laptop, I thought I was and started to work on opening the shop. Opening? No, what? Opening? I thought it was closing. What? I didn't have time and it was the work I've been doing, so I didn't pay attention. Me neither, man. I can tell him the reason, but if I had more time, I might be able to check properly. What's happening? I'm fading in now. Hello, this is Flower Shop Flora. Hello? Huh? Yes, sure. I'll check on that right away. Can you check the number of orders for Club Viola the other day? Sure, I'll do that right away. As soon as Takuma told me, I opened my laptop and looked at the file. I've looked at the old ordering form. Huh? I couldn't believe what I saw. The number of orders was typed wrong, and extra digits had been put down. No, I made a mistake? Takuma sighed and when he saw me being surprised. Looks like I'm being bad at my job.
Uh-oh.
You really messed up your work, haven't you? Mr. Kawahara frowned and sarcastically talked to me. Talked capital. I can understand, though. All I can do is to apologize for now. I'm very sorry. Yeah, if anyone sees this many boxes, anyone would get a cold feet.
Oh my gosh, he has a cold feet. Throws it at like someone. Oh no, it's a flying cold foot.
It's a cold feet. Mr. Kawahara's face was looking at towards the back of the shop. It's not that big inside the shop, but it's been filled with boxes. Well... Apologize again. I'm very sorry. I didn't know what else I could do, so I apologize again. Even if you apologize, it's not gonna change. I know we ordered, but this is not the number we ordered. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I know. Even if we place it here in the shop, it's way too much. I don't know what to do, but I don't have money to pay for all these. Even if I take out my money, it's way too much. I was thinking of what to do while I was bowing. Then Mr. Kawahara started laughing. Look, no one will say you have to pay or take responsibility. It's Mr. Takuma you have as a boss. Anyway, what should we do? Then Mr. Kawahara went silent. This might work. He started nodding all of a sudden. I don't know what he was thinking. Mr. Kawahara showed a smile and said, I've thought of something.
Really? Really?
I'll use all these inside the shop and make it an event. It's called Full Bloom Day. Full Bloom Day. You got something to say? Huh? That's great. Right? We couldn't earn well these days, so I'll get all the customers to come back. Mr. Kawahara was holding out a fist. I remembered that Mr. Kawahara was yelled at by the club owner. If he makes a mistake, Mr. Kawahara might be told off again because of me. I don't want to see that. Please let me help too. Huh? Yeah, of course.
That was easy.
No!
No!
Mr. Kawahara did...
Forehead flicking?
Mr. Kawahara did forehead flicking when I raised my head.
There's just something about this picture. You know what? Amusingly, it looks like he's just trying to, like, read her mind or something.
Taps head. Anything in there?
Hold on, I'm picking up something. Wow.
God, that's good. Give us. That's not safe. This is safe. Yes. I'll keep for later.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Man, navigating this menus is rough. Anyway. Ouch! It was quite painful, and I was about to say something back. Mr. Kawahara started to laugh like a little kid.
Oh no, he's got the anime side mouth. Even though his lips are over here, his mouth is over here. That's
you can smooch him and he can smile.
That's why she's like looking like her face is just because his mouth has disappeared on the other side of the face that she can see.
How did you do that? Stop being depressed. Stop being depressed. If only. Did he do this?
Did you ever just flick someone on the head and go, stop being depressed?
I mean, that might work in certain circumstances.
I don't know. Consult your friend first, maybe.
Hey, is it okay if I flick you on the head? You know, a depressed person would probably be okay with it, but it's just the impact of just like you gotta snap them out of it. Flicks would still hurt. Maybe like a tap or like a bop, like a.
For some reason, I pictured like the
like
sprout,
a pat.
the little sprout thing, just bit. Sprout.
Sprout chose violence.
Sprout did choose violence at that point.
Did he do this because I looked depressed? Look, don't make that face. I'll do something about it. Just thank me and smile, alright? So, change your mood now. We'll use these flowers for the decorations. I'll ask you to work on them from morning till late.
Hey.
Sure, thank you. Good, I'll see you tomorrow. It's my mistake, so I'll do my best. I have make this full bloom day successful!
She is determined.
I slapped both cheeks with both of my hands to wake myself up. Alright, here we go.
Alright.
Chapter 4. We're going to prepare together for Full Bloom Day tomorrow with Mr. Kawahara. I came as a cat to Mr. Kawahara's club. Mr. Kawahara told me he'll check with his boss about the event. That means he'll talk to the owner. I was curious about whether he's going to be able to get permission for the event. I looked around to check and entered from the window. What is this? I can't give you permission, would I?
Why would I?
I heard someone yelling. I almost forgot to sneak in because I was surprised. I held onto the edge of the window and finally entered. I was surprised. It was the owner's voice, right?
Wow,
I went closer to where the voice was.
Surprise, surprise.
There they were, Mr. Kawahara and the owner. There was Mr. Kawahara and the owner. On the floor there were papers scattered around. Use 10 times more on the flowers budget? How can I do that? I'm sorry to say, but you asked for the profits. Without using our budget, it's not going to be possible to make money out of nowhere. You... The owner grabbed a glass and threw it at Mr. Kawahara. Watch out! I closed my eyes and didn't hear any sound of liquid splashing. I slowly opened my eyes. Can you please use our store products with care? Mr. Kawahara grabbed the glass and picked up it up. Picked up it up. He only got...
Up it up! Woo.
To up it up. That's a phrase that people can start. To up it up.
Up it up!
He only got hit with the liquid and didn't get injured. Phew. The owner of the club grabbed Mr. Kawahara by the collar
Oh my
and
goodness,
pushed
he's
him
getting
to
violent.
the wall. How can you talk to me like that, you host wannabe? Wannabe.
Excuse me, he is a host. He's not a wannabe host. He is a host.
Host wannabe? The next moment, Mr. Kawahara's facial expression changed all of a sudden. The tone of his voice dropped, deepened. You're only able to eat because of that host wannabe, remember? What? Mr. Kawahara grabbed the owner's collar back, and the owner was surprised. Look, even if other people didn't like the job, I was working with pride as a host. I'll go over it, the number that we need as earnings. If I can't do that, then you can fire me. Don't forget that word. Mr. Kawahara smiled and released his hand. The owner of the club glared at Mr. Kawahara and fixed his clothes. I'll give you a permission, but if you did reach what we aimed for, you'll be soaked. Sacked?
Sacked.
He left the place, leaving Mr. Kawahara. I don't want to see your face around here. After everyone left, he said that. He looked at himself inside. He made a mess. I'll go back and should take a shower? Miss Kawahara looked towards me. I was behind the house plants, so he couldn't see me well. Wow. I moved out from behind it. Miss Kawahara changed expression. Oh, it's you! Where'd you come from? Look at this. I'm all wet. It's horrible, right? Mr. Kawahara pointed his body and laughed. I'm glad he didn't look too depressed. Well, as long as I got the permission, it'll be alright. I'll just have to work on things tomorrow. I gotta go home now and prepare for tomorrow. He stretched a little and looked at me. What do you want to do? Are you going back? Or, never mind. Mr. Kawahara was about to say something, but I didn't understand. Can you just listen for me? Can you listen to me for a bit? Just a little bit? Mr. Kawahara looked very serious. Would I be able to do this? I can hear Mr. Kawahara's voice while taking shower. Wait, hold on. No, not load.
No, not load.
No.
No. No. No.
No.
No. No.
No.
No. No.
No.
No. X.
Log. Taking shower. Guess. I thought I might have said that wrong.
No, don't load. No.
I said it like that, but I'm gonna get fired. I don't think he's joking right now, but I don't know. I didn't know he was this worried. I thought he was being
Confident.
I thought he was being confident. I'll never hear of him being... I've never heard of him being this weak. Weak boy. Weak.
Points. Weak.
Oh, what am I gonna do after I get sacked? I don't know where to go. Go back there? No, I can't go back now. He sighed and went silent. I can hear the sound of someone punching the tiles in the shower. Oh! I'm sorry I haven't splashed you with the water, right? Cats don't like water, right? Suddenly he started talking to me. I'm in a different area, but I'm not cold or wet. I'm
Yes,
okay.
yeah, she's a cat right now.
Yeah. I'm okay. Please think about yourself. Whatever you do, I'll help. It's my fault anyway. No. Mr. Karahara sounds a little satisfied when I replied. He started humming. Phew! It was good. I have to do this now. Sorry to talk to you like this. He changed to normal clothes and crouched in front of me.
Normal clothes. The normal clothes distance.
He changed to normal close and crouched in front of me. His expression looked more refreshed. Oh? I hope he's okay now. Well, if she didn't make a mistake, I wouldn't be in trouble. I'll make her work a lot. Miss Karahara laughed. Huh? Is he mad? Or is he enjoying?
Isn't that always the question?
He suddenly stopped laughing and murmured. But I thought it would be a good occasion. I hope she's not too depressed. I'm happy he's caring about me, though. I got the permission from the owner, so I'll just make it successful tomorrow. I can do this. Mr. Karahara stroked my head as if he was checking something. Mr. Karahara must be worried too. It's my fault, so I feel really bad. I'll do my best tomorrow. The next day, in the afternoon, according to Mr. Kawahara, it's earlier to start preparing than usual.
Okay.
Good morning. Do you mean afternoon? When I greeted, all of the hosts in the room looked at me. Wow, they're looking at me.
Wow.
Wow. I really can't feel my
Wow.
body. It's awkward when all these beautiful boys look at me at once. I looked little timid. And one of the hosts smiled at me. He's blonde and has lots of piercings. I've heard from Kyo. So I was curious, but she's really cute. She's my type. Huh? What?
Hup.
You're just looking at the appearances. You better be careful, otherwise Kaio will.
Otherwise.
Otherwise, Kaio will. No, but even if I get beaten, she's worth it. Hey, don't you want to see me sometimes? Hey, what are you doing? Mr. Carr grabbed the blonde host from behind. Ouch! I told you. You guys, we're gonna start the meeting. All the guys surrounding me and took a seat.
Oh, they all just pull up chairs and sit, like, encircle you in chairs and sit down.
I don't know. Miss Kara tapped my shoulder. What are you doing? Sit down a little. You'll be tired. Thank you very much. As I was told, I sat down. Mr. Kara's voice echoed. As we are planning, we'll have a full bloom day. I'll lead the decoration of the shop and I'll divide the roles like this. Sorry, I
I
blacked
have
out.
so lost the plot. It's okay.
The meeting proceeded smoothly. The decoration will be done by Mr. Kawahara and me. Other hosts are going to bring the flower out for the advertising.
Wow, so only 2 people are doing decorations and everyone else is just on advertisement. That's like a really weird really weird work.
Dividing of...
Dividing of work.
Yeah. He had all of the workflow planned in detail when he was rapping. That's it! Everyone have any questions? Mr. Kawahara asked and someone raised their hand. Here, what do you think of her? What do you think of her, Gaio? Huh? I was surprised by unexpected question. Mr. Kawahara smiled and replied, "What do you think?" He answered with a question. Other hosts looked at each other. I think it's like a gemstone. If you polish it, she'll shine. I wish I could do that. Shine? Polish? Be a gemstone? Which one?
What exactly are you referring to here?
She's cute enough, but she can be cuter.
No, Pooh Bear, why are you a host?
Christopher, she can be cute enough if she's cuter. What do you want to try? Come with me. I'll make you happy. What? They're joking, right? I feel like I'm being fooled. What am I supposed to do What am I supposed to do, Mr. Kawahara? Ah, he's laughing. Mr. Kawahara looked at me and smiled. Do you want me to say something? No, I had enough. I sighed before even start preparing. Then, shall we start? The flowers here are everything, right? Yes. I nodded at Mr. Kawahara and looked at the piles of flour. This is a lot.
This mountain of flour.
Multiple piles of flour. What is he going to do with all these? I was waiting for his direction, and our eyes matched.
No, they don't. They don't match.
I'll leave it to you, then. What? I didn't get what I was supposed to do. It took me time until I understood. Mr. Kawahara was about to go somewhere. Wait a second. I thought you were going to think about it. Why? You do all the displays at the shop. You just need to do that. That's so vague.
Why? Why do you think this? Why does this particular writer has like a weird thing of just putting in these dashes?
Space dash space. Oh,
It's supposed to be. Oh, what?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, pizza game.
Pizza game.
Indeed, pizza game.
You were saying something.
I think it's supposed to be like what end dashes.
Maybe. I wanted to say I can't, but if he didn't think I can do it, he wouldn't have asked me. Is he saying I did a good job? When I looked at Mr. Kawahara, he didn't change his direction. If he's giving me a chance, I'll do my best. Alright, I'll do it. What's up, class?
I was trying to figure out, is it the M dash or the N dash
I don't know.
that I was trying to remember? There's like one that's typically not on the keyboard, so in order to put it kind of into like writing, because you don't have it on the keyboard, you just put 2 of the smaller dashes. I was just trying to remember if it was an N dash or an M dash. That's what I was mumbling. Please continue.
Mr. Kawahara heard my reply and smiled at me differently. I'll start decorating from the entrance for welcoming. That sounds good. What kind of flower do we have? I think Brazilian skyflower will look nice. I took out the Brazilian skyflowers. Mr. Kawahara looked at them and nodded. Then I'll decide where to put the flowers. So, can you place them? Alright. Mr. Kawahara gave me an indication and placed the flowers there. We started to work from the entrance to corridor and to the hall. For a brief second I thought that said hell. When we finished all the indication for the placement, it was about lunchtime. Oh, it's already this time. Let's take a break. You want to go for a meal? Sure, I'll go. What do you want to have? You can choose. I started to think about what to have. Then pasta.
Convenience store.
Yeah. This is the right answer, is convenience store?
Store. Convenience store.
Store. Convenience store.
Convenience store.
Correct.
Wow.
There's no time, so
correct.
let's go to the convenience store. Spelled correctly here.
Hey!
What? That's so boring. Can't we pick somewhere nice? Then why don't you think about it? What? Why? Why did you say convenience store? Mr. Kawahara complained, but he gave up, so he walked ahead. There was someone coming inside the shop when I followed Mr. Kawahara. There was someone with a dark gray suit. He bowed when we passed through. Mr. Kawahara didn't even look at him or bow. I felt awkward. He doesn't look like a host. Mr. Kawahara probably didn't like how I was responding. Did I say something strange? No. Don't be fooled by his elegant appearance. Mr. Kawahara didn't answer my questions and left the shop. When I turned around, he was looking at me. When I was wondering why he's looking at me, he smiled. I smiled back and bowed again. I'm done. When I finished the decoration, I sat down on the sofa. The club was filled with the flowers from the entrance to the hall. Good job! Miss Kawahara was standing in front of me and placed a drink down. I'm glad I asked you. The girls will love this. Thank you very much. I was having a drink and he was talking to me nicely. Nicer.
He talked to me nicer.
Why don't you have a look at the event tonight? You'll be curious on how they react, won't you? Oh. I really want to see, but the time for the transformation was getting closer. Yeah, but I have to go back now, I'm sorry. And I stood up. I see! Well, thank you for coming today. It sounds weird to say this, but thank you. Yeah, it was my fault. Thank you very much.
Don't. I thought for some reason I read it as "don't be a mistake."
Don't make a mistake from now on. I won't be able to fix it next time. I'll be careful, thank you. The owner must be mad, right? It'll be okay as long as we make good money. There won't be any trouble. Miss Kawara looked more confident. I hope it'll be good. Thank you very much. See you. I bowed again and left Club of Viola. After I turned into a cat, I'll go to the shop. There's the flowers.
It's the flowers.
With that sweet music.
The jazz.
Play song on guitar.
This place is beautiful. Alexa, play jazz.
Alexa, play jazz MIDI. No, more MIDI. Harder.
Alexa, I need this to sound as synth as possible.
I need this off tune, off rhythm, please.
Alexa,
please. It's beautiful. I heard that it's an event, but there's so many flowers. Hey, what's the name of this flower? It's called Brazilian Skyflower. It means welcoming. Welcome to Club Viola. It feels nice. Let me enjoy myself while I'm here. She
rubs herself on the flower. It feels nice. Rub, rub.
Alexa, play MIDI. I need this. God, I had it in my head. I messed it up. No! Compression
no.
was the joke. I needed more compressed. Everyone clap for Piph. Or
Yay.
F in chat, either one. Clap or F. Maybe both.
Maybe the Kappa face for J-Man.
Maybe Kappa's for J-Man. Kappa face in chat for J-Man.
Kappa for J-Man.
Compress harder. Alexa.
Compress.
You're like this flower. The
hibiscus?
Hibiscus. It has elegant beauty like you. Thank you for Kappas.
Yeah. Oh, MIDI. Clap.
Hi.
F.
You're so sweet. Thank you. Why don't you do more events like this? I'll come more. I'm glad you like it. I'll do my best so that we can have another event next time. You'll get it next time. 30 minutes will pass. Okay. Club Viola for Full Bloom Day made a record on the number of customers.
There was too many girls.
With the flowers, the hosts had endless topics to talk about. The girls brought food and the expensive alcohol is out of stock.
So the girls normally don't buy food, but this time they were like, maybe I'll buy a food.
at the staff room, it was still working hour.
This is working like...
I think it's supposed to have an H.
It's supposed to have an H.
But Mr. Kawahara started calculating. When he saw the number, he was really surprised. There was no D at the end. The money was already way more above than their aim.
Wow.
It was already way more above than their aim. Good! As I said, it's exciting to show this to the owner. I was looking at Mr. Kawahara from the window. Good, I'm glad everyone's happy. I feel better. I'm sleepy, so I'll go home.
I feel better. No, wait.
I know it's sleepy though. I went back towards the house. Club Viola was having a lively night.
Oh, thank goodness.
No, the music would definitely stop. The next day, I was changing the display and saw Mr. Kawahara. Hey, Mr. Kawahara, I can still smell the scent of alcohol. He seems very tired, but that means he had many customers coming in. It went really well, and I went over the estimated earning, and the owner looked so surprised. You did a good job, and I wanted to say thank you. You didn't need to. I was happy to see the customers I almost said the stuff I shouldn't say. I left before the club was open, so I shouldn't know. What? It's already... and... you know. I didn't say anything. He was having a hard time to speak. Me too.
Same.
Well, it's not a thank you, but... Mr. Kawahara looked straight at me and asked, did you want to go on a date with me on your next day off?
What? Oh, the dramatic cliffhanger!
Oh, episode 5, will they, won't they?
Ooh.
Saturday at 8 a.m. I usually sleep around this time, but I was up. I went back and forth from the closet and in front of the mirror. I haven't been out with a man for a while. I don't know what to wear. Me too. I haven't had any dates since I started working at Flora. When I go out with a guy, I don't know what to wear. A couple of days after Mr. Kawahara asked me, Mr. Kawahara came to the shop a couple of times after, but he hasn't changed his attitude. I don't know why he asked me out on a date, but he looked serious despite the way talks.
The way talks.
I thought he was gonna say joking, but it wasn't like that. And I was curious, not just seeing him when I'm a cat, but I wanted to talk to him. More like worried rather than curious? That's not right.
That's just the writer. That's just like a writer note.
Scribbles across paper. No, this is all wrong.
That's not right. Whatever.
When I was thinking about Mr. Kawahara, the phone started ringing. It was from Mr. Kawahara. How many goddamn times do I have to say this guy's name?
Mr. Kawahara!
Hello! Were you sleeping? I am awake. We promised to go out today. As long as you are awake, it's alright. I'm gonna go pick you up. Yeah, so
I
get
don't
ready.
Want my date to be asleep. I'm gonna drag her all over the place.
Very fair.
Weekend at Bernie's your date.
If I was gonna pick you up at like 8 in the morning, Glass, I would probably make sure you're awake before I got there.
Truthfully, Piph, I don't know why in the world you would ever ask me out to go on a date at 8 in the morning because both of us would be just upset to be awake at 8 in the morning.
I'd be fine. You'd be fine. We can go out to like a breakfast place. Actually, do you like breakfast stuff?
Breakfast stuff is okay.
Okay. I'm always ecstatic for breakfast stuff. You rarely get it, and I love the
I do
kind of
remember
like
you liking breakfast stuff, yeah.
My tastes have definitely changed, but I'm still like, I love the atmosphere of like a diner.
Mm-hmm.
Those are great. Anyway, as soon as he finished talking, he hung up. That was quick. Picking me up is just the conversation, but it makes me feel like I'm already going on the actual date. I hope we'll have fun today. There was a car stopping in front of my apartment. Morning! Right on time. I don't have to call you out. Good morning. Where are we going today? I haven't decided. Is there anywhere you want to go?
Are you kidding me? You're the host. You're a host.
You asked me on a date. First date, and you were coming to my house and make sure that I was awake at 8 goddamn in the morning.
And you never once thought where to take her?
And you're like, I don't know, what do you want to do? This was your idea! I'm upset.
Dude, this is your job. Even if this is not your on-time thing, you still have a job where this is your thing that you do.
No, not really. What? That's so boring. He's talking as usual, but I'm more relaxed now. Since you asked, I thought you were going to lead. Guess I was wrong.
Yeah, you know.
Right. Then let's go to La Pura?
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 Pry?
Pura?
Parade? Mr. Kawahara mentioned the shopping complex. It had opened recently. There's a mall, cinema, and other entertainment places inside, and apparently it's popular to couples and families.
Oh, maybe you could go watch a movie.
Great, I haven't been there
before.
The person, Ben. I haven't been there. I haven't
Oh, Ben.
been. Verb
Haven't
Ben.
seen Ben in ages.
That's perfect. Get in the car. Don't touch anything in the car. Get in the car.
He just rolls up. Get in, we're going shopping.
I got inside Mr. Kawahara's car. Ah, car visual. He drives very carefully and calm. I imagined that he'd drive faster. He's rough, but he's careful and selfish.
Oh
But
gosh, that's
thoughtful.
just... He's rough, but also careful and selfish, but thoughtful.
He's confusing, but kinder than I thought. He noticed when I looked at him. He looked at me for a second. Why are you laughing? No, nothing. What is it? I'm curious. Sad boy. It's a secret.
It's a secret.
You. Hey, you have to look forward. It's dangerous if you look the other way. We were chit-chatting and went towards La Here, so we have to do something about your clothes.
We have to do something about your clothing.
He was looking at me as if he was checking a product. I'm getting embarrassed. How embarrassing. Huh? Am I that horrible? It's not horrible, but a little different. I did my best for today. I woke up early.
Dude, you're a host.
I woke up early and took so much time to choose my clothes. I checked a couple of times in front of the mirror, but I'm not confident anymore. It's not like you have bad taste. It's more like whether it suits you or not. Oh, it doesn't suit me. We only started our date, but I passed the point where I get embarrassed and feel sad. I didn't know what to do, so I looked down. So I'll choose for you. What a great date. As soon as he told me, he grabbed my arm and he started walking. I followed him after. Do you know about those? Like, girls' clothes? What? I'm supposed to be the #1 host. I know what girls would like.
Do you really? Because I don't think it's a great idea to start off your date with, man, we gotta do something about those clothes.
Yeah. I see.
That's not a great way to start it out, man.
I remember your job now. What? Seriously? Can you be interested in me a little bit more? He looks a little disappointed inside. True love's kiss. But that's
like,
but,
you know, I'll take this weird thing over that boring Takuma relationship, because man, Takuma's thing went on for so long and nothing happened for so long. I'll at least choose horrible man because it's interesting.
Horrible's a strong word. I don't defend anything that he said. Just, I've been playing Yakuza, and horrible would describe that. In my head.
Okay, yes. Okay, that's true. But he does antagonize her quite a lot.
That's very true. Bad behavior. Very bad.
That's not great. So I'll take at least this boy who's I would describe as that horrible thing of like, oh, that's a girl I like, pulls pigtails.
Yeah, rude.
Over
rude
Takuma.
boy.
Yeah, rude. Over Takuma being so boring.
Yeah. Well, but that's that. I'll choose the right clothes for you, don't worry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Hey, how about this? Takuma handed me some clothing that I've never worn that before.
I hope he's gonna pay for it.
This one? Isn't this too cute for me? It was a girly design that I normally don't choose. I usually wear something simple for work. Just try this. I chose this one for you. Don't you like this? I chose this for you. That means you need to like it. What about my clothes that I chose for this day, you fuck? Right.
Takuma's the kind
Double
of
standards of the bitch.
greenish one, yeah. He is like her boss. Works at the flower shop.
Yeah. The beefy one. The one
yeah,
with
no,
muscles.
could you tell that he's beefy? He's got muscles.
I can't
Why am I snorting so much lately? I hate it.
I will never make Glass laugh again. I can't say no, so I went to change my clothes. I guess It's not that bad. I looked at myself in the mirror. I looked at the collars, my back, and skirt. How is it? It's good, right? I heard Mr. Kawahara's voice and opened up the curtain. Oh good, you look cute with this. Mr. Kawahara nodded satisfyingly. I was embarrassed, so I closed the curtain. I don't think I look that good. When I murmured, Mr. Kawahara started laughing. What are you talking about? You look great with. I'll get this one for you. I'm happy I found a clothes that looks good on you. Teeth, thank you. He was still laughing at me, but I was confused. But I said thank you anyway.
What?
After we got out from the store, he looked at me. What is it this time? Well, it's a little odd just getting you clothes, so maybe I can find a nice accessory too. Well, you don't have any, right? I'll get some for you. He went inside the next accessory store.
Accessory. I think it was spelled not right.
Accessory.
Accessory.
That's how I would spell it. That's because I'm dyslexic.
Pat.
Oh, thank you. This one or this? Oh, we should pick something that's easy to match with other clothes too. He's murmuring and taking the necklace from the display. Wow, it's beautiful, but it looks expensive. I was worried about the price, but I was surprised at the price I've seen. It's a lot cheaper than I thought. I can pay by myself.
We have only this boy and the flower arranger left.
Yeah.
We have done store boss boy.
Yep.
We have done childhood friend boy.
Yep.
And we have also done cop boy.
Yes.
So
Still,
it's
so
just-
far, Cop Boy is my favorite. So far.
That's Piff's favorite so far.
It's hard to top a man grabbing another man's face and slamming it into the pavement immediately.
And like the man doesn't like move, he just kind of like stays upright, ? Just stiff as a board.
Enough force that at the time of impact the rest of his body was still stuck up in the air. And then the rest of the time he was just a nice boy. He was just nice. And I'm there. If you're just nice, I will back you. Shy, nice, absolutely. Hugs. It's not the best because it's expensive. If you like it, it looks good on you, it's okay. It's not the best because it's expensive. If you like it, it looks good on you, it's okay. If it looks...
Oh,
If
okay.
you like it and looks good on you, it's okay. Of course, there are girls who look good in expensive things. I see. I don't look good with expensive excess.
I don't have an answer for that.
Alexa, stop it!
Alexa!
I'm not sure I understand.
Alexa, stop!
Alexa, no!
Stop, Alexa!
Alexa, please!
Alexa, stop!
Wait, Alexa, play Bitty Jazz!
Wait, Alexa. Alexa, come back.
Wait, Alexa, Alexa.
Alexa! Cortana?
Siri?
Play jazz.
What's it even gonna do?
It's trying to open up an application I don't have.
Oops. Dang it, we can't have MIDI jazz.
I see. I don't look good with expensive excess. No, you don't! Please don't say that first. He laughed and brought the necklace to the cashier. He was really smooth at this, and it was little upsetting. What is this? As much as I feel happy, I felt a little upset too. I followed Mr. Kawahara. So that's enough for shopping. Why don't we go and eat? I'm hungry. Yeah, and the shop is... You choose! You choose! You!
You!
You don't mind? Alright, there is a recommendation. Is Japanese. Western food and recommendations are both wrong answers.
Whoa.
Your choice is
So we're
bad
eating-
if you...
We're eating Japanese food in Japan.
Yeah. Well, easy choice. What do you mean easy? You don't like my suggestion? I'm okay. I like Japanese food anyway. Where do you want to go? We chose Japanese food, and we have to choose the restaurant.
Yep, that's how that works.
Cinema. After we finished our lunch.
Space the movie.
And
And I can't read that.
Dogfighters.
Dogfighter.
Dogfighter, yeah, there's no S. Dogfighter.
Dogfighter.
And some anime something.
Yeah, something look very anime.
After we finished our lunch, we went to the cinema. Oh, I wanted to watch this movie. Why don't we watch this? It was one of the chick flicks that I've seen advertised on TV. I want to watch this. Kawahara pointed to one of the military action. One of the military action.
One of many. There's apparently many.
The one of the military action. It looks like guys would like this. Okay, rock, paper, scissor then. Oh. I was about to cry at the ending. I don't know when was the last time I cried at the cinema. I'm so happy I won. I didn't know it was going to be great. Mr. Kawahara is...
He fell asleep.
Well, like Mr. Kawahara, he was sleeping. He must have been sleeping deeply. I can hear his snoring. I feel bad for making him watch this, but I guess I'm lucky I got to see him sleeping. That's the silver lining. Oh man, I got to see him sleep.
Wow, her eye.
Yeah, she has huge eyes.
It's also, I think, a little too far forward.
Some people just have very forward eyes. Imagine like a normal human-sized eye for the rest of that and just fit it into her head.
The boy looks fine. There's just something about Lady.
It's fun to spend time with him. When I first met him, I never imagined I'd be spending time with him like this. It was only a while ago was I having trouble with him.
No, you're always having trouble with him.
When I realized it was getting closer to sundown, I have to leave soon, otherwise I'll turn into a cat in front of him. Did you have fun? Yes, very much. It was very fun, but I'm tired. There's a bit more time, but yeah, there's somewhere I want to take you come. I was taken by Mr. Kawahara and followed.
Oh no, not the rooftop.
It was the rooftop of La Pura. Wow. At the rooftop, we were able to see the town we live in. It's beautiful. How did you know this place? I know where the girls like.
Imagine he, like, texts one of his host dates up here and she's like, "What are you doing? I hate this." 0 out of 5.
Mr. Kawahara, you are very proud about your work, aren't you? That's amazing. I started to talk honestly. I remember the words he was saying to the owner of Club Viola. I'm proud to be a host? I knew it, but that's how he felt. He was being proud of his job. I think I can respect that. What? What is it? Anyone can do this. It's not like something I should get complimented for. Are you being shy? When I said that quietly, he looked away. I guess I was right. It was funny, and I was laughing. Mr. Kawahara looked upset and turned around. Do you got a boyfriend? Huh?
Yeah,
No.
that's... Maybe we should have had this, discussion before you asked her.
Yeah, no, I don't. Answered straight away, and he was surprised by my answer. See, I thought you did, but... That's rude to say! That's rude! You're rude!
Rude! Points. Rude! Rude!
I said that with a smile. Do you have a girlfriend? Oh, is it a club policy that you can't have a girlfriend? There's no such a thing like that. There's guys who have a girlfriend, but I'm more busy with handling the club. I was going to tease him, but he looked so serious about work that I stopped talking. He was serious. His serious words and expression. He's slightly different from when he looks at me when I'm a cat. I just love it when the game points out, like, when I'm human.
When I am human. When I'm a cat.
Yeah, I guess how he talked to me when I'm cat is his honest feeling. What happened? What? He looked into my face, so I pulled my face away. Why are you daydreaming after asking me a weird question? Are you attracted to me? No, you've been teasing me a lot, so I wanted to see the different parts of him. Arms, legs. Before I finished my sentence, I felt weird in my body.
Oh, out of context.
I I'm used to how it feels, but this is something I felt when I'm turned into a cat. Why? It's too early. I felt really tensed up. I'm gonna turn into a cat soon in front of him. I'm sorry. I've remembered something. I have to go now. Oh, wait! He stopped me, but I ran.
Wait, no. No, wait.
I ran
Stop.
to a place where no one could see. Maybe here. I opened the door and went inside. I hid where the storage was. The next moment, my perceptive changed. Perspective changed.
Now we are cat.
After a little while, I heard footsteps. It was Mr. Kawahara. I opened the door and... He opened the door. He opened the door and came inside. He looked around and sighed. She's not here. After he murmured, he sighed again and left the room. Phew, he didn't see me. After he left, I sighed. Why am I transforming this early? I remembered being a cat a lot later in the beginning. I am staying as a cat longer than before? But, well, I shouldn't think that. I can't find the answer. Instead of thinking, I should go and ask that cat. This is my imagination, or is it getting earlier? I hope it was just the imagination, and I have more problem now.
Wait.
How should I go home?
How are you gonna get out of there as a cat?
Why are you here? I went closer to Mr. Kawahara and rubbed against him. He looked surprised. I can't walk home, so I showed myself in front of him. I was worried that he'd look at me weirdly, but I went closer anyway. You came out a long way. Did you come here to relax? Mr. Kawahara touched my head gently, and I felt sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Kawahara. I can't really say goodbye properly. I couldn't really say goodbye. Meow.
Meow.
I wanted to say, but only a meow that I can say. It was only a meow that I can say.
Only a meow.
I'll go home, but do you want to come? He gently picked me up and asked me. I stayed calm inside his arm. He nodded and placed me in the car. Driving through the mall. Did I do something wrong to her?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. He was murmuring while driving. She said with a expression that she didn't care about me, so how could I go there tomorrow? She said with a expression that she didn't care about me, so how could I go there tomorrow? He scratched his head, and I can tell he was looking troubled. Maybe she hates me now. He said it quietly. Mr. Kawahara, it's my fault, but he cares about me about this end. When he said, maybe she hates me now, meaning he doesn't want to be hated, I was thinking it positively. I'm gonna be on. I'm a little winded. I'm gonna take a small break.
Just take a breather. Just breathe in, breathe out.
How you doing, chat?
I've been eating these Ferrero Rocher balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got them for Christmas, and I am trying desperately to not eat them all so quickly.
Very fair. They're pretty darn good.
They're just so tasty.
They're very tasty. We usually during this time we like to get those like weird like grid-shaped pretzels. You know, the square ones that kind of have like the weird, almost woven pattern.
Yeah.
We like to take those kind of like little ones, little hard pretzel, the snack ones,
Yeah.
and take 2 of them and have like a chocolate that has caramel in the middle that fits like very nicely on top, and heat it up like a little bit so it gets soft, and then press the 2 like pretzels together, and then making kind of like a little chocolate caramel sandwich pretzel thing. I'm sorry, that's probably not helping. I'm gonna take that as it was not helpful.
But I can't have any more candy, Piph. Piph. But I'm glad you enjoy those.
I can't.
Well, I guess...
the caramel part is I did have one, just to be like, yes, memories.
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 I unfortunately usually don't really like caramel that much.
That's fair.
Or at least, not like a lot of caramel.
Like, if somebody handed you, like, one of those caramel little cube things.
Yeah, I would not like one of those hard candies or soft candies that's just pure caramel.
Yeah.
I like
good
it
in
enough.
Chocolate bars.
Yeah, but even that's too much for me, honestly.
Like, if it's just that, then yeah. But, like, if it's, like, with other things, I like it.
I kind of only really like it if it's, like, swirled into an ice cream that also has other things in it.
That's fair.
Like, yeah, I don't really like Rolos.
I think that's what we use. It's the, like, little... It's almost the size of, like, a Hershey's Kiss. Those are Rolos?
Yeah.
Yes, those are the ones that we use.
Yeah, it's just... I don't know. I don't hate it. It's not on the board of food that I hate. It doesn't do anything for me.
A little surprising. I haven't seen too many people. I know a lot of people who don't like butterscotch. Like a lot.
I have not had butterscotch in a long time. I don't think I liked it from what I remember.
I wonder how my palate is. My taste changed a lot, like twice. So I wonder how I will enjoy it or not enjoy it if I ever get that chance again. I think I would be fine with it. I think. Besides the sugar part, of course. Yeah, for people at home, just kind of like warm those up a little bit, like in the oven or something like that. Have them soften up just enough to like have it like be pliable, like you can kind of push it around, and then just have it between two pretzel thingies. I usually have like the first pretzel like as its base, and then put it like on top, and then you bake it, and then you take it out of the oven, then you press the second one on top and make a little sandwich. It's nice.
I like those tiny pretzels just kind of as is, but also I really like it when like there's tiny pretzels and they've been like in a chip bag. And they get like the dusting all over them.
Oh, those are nice.
They just got like a little bit of dusting over them, like maybe one of like the cheddar ones.
Alright, the game darkened for me. I think that's my cue to come back.
Oh, and we've taken enough of a break. The game goes no more.
None more. Screensaver. No. Are you trying to cheer me up? Thank you. I'll make you some delicious food. He was stroking my head again. He was being kind and made me happy, but it's sad at the same time. I understood him bit more than before. I want to face him properly. In order to do that, I have to understand about this curse. I should look for that black cat. I decided when I felt the warmth of his hand. The time of my transformation is getting earlier for sure. It was around the time when I get home after work, but now, if I come back early, I don't have to worry about being seen. I didn't really care about the future much, but now...
I'll be
it's
back.
earlier? Okay. What time was it on the day with Mr. Kawahara? I didn't look at the watch, so I didn't know, but it was earlier. When I entered the room, I looked at the clock. Then I turned on the TV, but I can only hear the laugh from TV program. I couldn't focus much more. I can't watch TV more than a min. And looked at the clock, and I felt the usual feeling. I became a cat already. It's getting earlier. I turned back to a human, so I don't know the exact time, but it's getting longer for sure. I felt my heartbeat getting faster. If I stay as a cat longer, I might be a real cat? Haha, that can't be. I was denying the idea of it, but I was hoping my thoughts wouldn't come true. When I think of it as a curse, I would probably become a cat. I was thinking about the worst cases, and I should do something that I could do right now. I put on the light and left the house from the window. I went through the street and got to the park where I met the black cat. I thought I would be able to see him. Well, it's better than going around places that I don't know. And I was right. There! Like that night, the black cat was up on a wall. Hey! You're the black cat from that day, right? Meow! Meow! I don't know the name of the cat or even know anything about the cat. I suddenly became scared. He opened his left eye. They're eyes that look like a full moon looking at me. Oh, it's you. Then he shut his eyes. I felt like he was going to sleep, so I continued talking. My time as being a cat is getting longer than before. Sure. He answered with his eyes closed. No. You probably don't want to admit it. The black cat stood up and looked at me. He looked at me sharply and I couldn't speak anymore. I suppose you are staying as a cat longer and longer. If you don't do something, you won't be able to turn back to a human. No way. I looked down at shock. I kept on looking at the ground. I don't know what to do. I finally decided to face Mr. Kawahara. How long do I have? If I talk to Mr. Kawahara, no, he won't believe me. Well, if he doesn't believe me, that's okay. He'll think I'm a weirdo. But then he'll think I'm a weirdo. If I left him at the end of the date, so I don't know how I should talk to him. Hey, what should I do? I looked up, the black cat was gone. I don't know what to do and stood there. I couldn't move for a little while. Episode 6. Whatever my feelings were, the morning come. I'm back to being human, and I look pale because I'm tired. I finally turned back into a human, but there will be a day that I can't go back. When I think of it, it was scary. My face was all tensed, but I still started getting ready for work. Are you okay? You look pale. What happened? I tried to smile in order to hide from my boss's eyes. I can't sleep that much. Are you okay? You shouldn't stress yourself if you don't feel okay. I'm not stressing myself. Oh, there's a customer coming in. I got this. I bowed to my boss and moved towards the glass door where the customer was. Takuma is incredible. He's able to notice that something happened to me the day after I was a cat. Maybe if I could speak to someone about it, would I feel better about it? That's a good question. When I was thinking, the door of the shop opened. It was Mr. Kawahara. Oh. Mr. Kawahara and I looked at each other. I looked away, but I bowed towards him. Then he looked at me and smiled. It made my shoulder jump. He passed by me and went into the shop. I followed his steps. I am very sorry for the other day. I left you all of a sudden like that. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should be. I came here. To come here, I need. You know what? Let's not think about it. If there's something you want to say, you should say it. I wasn't neither upset or concerned. I just couldn't explain it, so I won't say anything. I nodded and apologized once more. I'm truly sorry. I'm not upset, so you don't have to apologize. He said that, but he still looked upset. He's probably worried about me. It's not like he's done anything wrong. I wish I could tell him the truth. I turn into a cat at night. That white cat is me. If I don't do something, I'll be a cat forever. So I'm worried. I wish I could say that. Hey! Ah! When I was thinking alone, Mr. Kawahara was looking at me. What's wrong? What's up with the... What's up? You look like you are about to cry. No, I wasn't crying. Wasn't going cry. Going cry? No, I wasn't going cry. Really? I hope that's true. Don't keep too much bottled up. Well, I wanted to tell him about my secret, but I couldn't find the right words. I don't know what to say. The more I talked, the worse it'll be. Mr. Kawahara was waiting without saying a word. That made me feel bad as well. Nothing. In the end, I wasn't able to say anything. Mr. Kawahara sighed. Well, that's it? Anyway, don't get overstressed. Mr. Kawahara said that and left the shop. A few days later, Mr. Kawahara was worried about me, but I couldn't tell him anything. What if he doesn't believe me? What if he goes away from me? What if he hates me? I would be happy if he believes me, but that's going to be difficult. It sounds like a fairy tale. I have a curse, and if I don't break the curse, I will stay as a cat for the rest of my life. To break the curse, I have to have true love's kiss. I sighed and headed downtown. I was getting used to the sights. At the beginning, I was afraid to even go through, but now I was able to avoid them easily. I was close to Club Viola. In front of the entrance, there was Mr. Kawahara in his suit. It's Mr. Kawahara. Is he going to work now? Is he... He is talking to somebody. A guy I've never seen, and Mr. Kawahara was... We're talking. He had an instrument case on his shoulder. Maybe a guitar. Let's do it again. I like your song, Kayosuki. I want more people to listen to your song. Song? Are they talking about music? Mr. Kawahara told me he wanted to be a musician before, and he was doing lives on the street. And he was doing lives on the street. Alright. Are they going to sing? Can I listen to him singing? I kept on listening to their conversation, but Mr. Kawahara answered wasn't a good one. I don't think so. Why? I need your songs. Thank you, but I'm sorry. The club is about to open. I have to go. Mr. Kawahara said that and went inside. Mr. Kawahara, why? You love to sing, don't you? I looked at the guy who sighed and left. I asked him in my head. Can I see him if I wait here? I waited for him to come out the back door for several hours, but I didn't see him. As a cat, time passed very quickly, but I didn't struggle at all waiting. It's probably a cat characteristic. I think I should go home soon if he doesn't come out. He's probably busy. While I was stretching, I noticed some steps coming closer. I looked carefully. It was Mr. Kawahara. What's him? The door was opening in silence. Mr. Kawahara looked tired. I knew he was busy. Is he okay? Wow. When I made that sound, Mr. Kawahara smiled. Although he was smiling, he looked tired. I felt sad, so I went closer to his legs and rubbed my cheek against him. What's up? You're coming closer today? You've been waiting for me all this time, I'm sorry. Mr. Kawahara lifted me up. My fur, don't get on your suit. I was worried, but he didn't look worried. He moved towards the staff room with me in his arms. He sat on the couch and sighed. Mr. Kawahara, are you okay? Mao. He placed me on his lap and put his forehead against mine. Whoa. Mr. Kawahara? I'm gonna take a picture of this foreglass. Actually, I could probably do that in-game, but anyway, I got this. There we go. My heart started beating faster when he was getting closer. He kept on talking and smiled in a sad way I had never seen before. They asked me if I wanted to be in a band again. Let's give it another shot. As I thought, that guy was in a band together with Mr. Kuwahara before. He told me he liked my songs. He told me he likes my songs, but he needs me. But I'm scared. Because I failed once. He looked at me again, then stroked my back. I thought he was just gentle, but he's just touching me weakly. Weak boy. Weak. Mr. Kawahara. I might not fail next time. I don't know. If I try harder, I can be different. But if I fail after all the effort, I'll find out it's because of lack of skill or talent. It makes me feel rather hurt. I don't want to feel that, especially if I'm doing something I like. I already turned his offer down, but I keep on thinking about it. This is not good. If I don't move, I'm going to think about it. I gotta go back to work. Mr. Kawahara stood up and stretched his body and left. He thinks about that because he still wants to do this. I think he wants to keep on doing music. Or is it just me who's hoping that?
Papa,
You missed a picture.
I missed a picture.
Here, I shall...
Picture.
I will grab...
Oh, is he weak?
He was weak.
Weak. Be weak, boy. Be fine. You would approve.
There it is.
Wow. Wow, this cat. You know, I've never seen this cat have emotion other than, like, Google eyes.
Mac's eyes open. The next morning, when I opened my eyes, I felt drowsy. My body was warm and dizzy. I feel sick. My voice was strange, and it was making a lower tone work. What I had in my mind was the way he was looking at me yesterday. He seemed tired, but he smiled at me, but it looks like his problem were too big, and I couldn't do much as a cat. If as a cat was difficult, maybe as a human?
You know what? Maybe.
Maybe. I want to see him. I want to talk to him. I prepared myself and left home. It's hard to even stand. I was being stubborn and worked in the morning, but by the afternoon...
Worked in a morning.
I worked in a morning, but in the afternoon I felt dizzy.
Again.
Dizzy.
Dizzy.
I went to the chair next to the cash register and sat down. I closed my eyes and was breathing faster. Was it getting worse? What should I do? I can't even think well when I'm having a fever. I put my head on the table. It didn't take a while after, but... What? Are you sleeping? How can you be this?
How can you be this?
How can you be this?
How can you be?
Well, Takuma was away for delivery. Sorry, my second monitor flickered for some reason. And there's no customers in the shop, and there's not many people who are around this time. So why now? I meant to say something, but apparently I didn't make any sound. Hey, you're not joking? He was shaking my shoulder, and when I looked up, it was Mr. Kawahara's face. I was surprised and jumped. He looked surprised too. Hey, are you alright? Hello, Mr. Kawahara. Are you feeling alright? You're red. Oh, I'm just a little bit.
Oh, I'm just a little bit. Well, to be fair,
Just
that
a
is
little
how anyone would sound with a bad fever.
That's how I felt when I was on the brink of consciousness. What? Why are you at work? Go home. Go back and sleep. My head was getting clearer while I was looking at him. I was waiting for you, Mr. Kawahara. Waiting? You mean me? Yes, I couldn't tell you. I have to see you, but still. What's going on? Are you really alright? Yes, You're not okay. You should go home today.
You're not okay.
But he's out for delivery, so I have to stay inside the shop. Then I'll stay with you here until he comes back. Here? You? Why? You can't even deal with any customer if you are like that. But that's... I was trying to prove that I'll be fine, but my body wasn't moving as I thought. It's alright until Takuma comes back. You should sleep. Then he pushed my head down. I closed my eyes again.
That didn't take much convincing.
I was opening my eyes and looked for a little bit. He was by looking outside from the counter. He was by looking outside from the counter. Inside the shop, I didn't hear any sound other than the clock ticking. He's next to me, but I'm really sleepy. Mr. Kawahara. What? Can you talk to me?
Talk, please.
What do you mean? What do you want to hear? It's alright. Can you tell me about yourself? He thought about it for a while and started talking. I was asked to be in a band. Band?
Bang?
I wanted to be a musician. They asked me whether we can have another go. I started to talk. I wanted to be a musician a long time ago. I remembered I was really into making music all through the night. I think that was supposed to be him talking. Mr. Kawahara's expressions were very serious, but distant. Well, it ended without making any progress. He says that easily, but I don't know how much he works hard.
But I know how much.
I know how much he works hard. Like I heard when I was a cat, so I couldn't answer it easily.
Like a cat?
Flowers and music are similar. Mr. Kahara was wondering about what I said. Flowers and music. We can send our message with them. We can send it for congratulations or healing sadness. And when we want to support someone, we send the song. That might be true, but really? I guess so. Well, I thought so. I want to give you flower, and I want to support your dream. When you have your concert, let me know, alright? I'll go. We had silence. I hope he understands.
We had silence.
We had silence. I hope he understands my feeling. Not as a cat, but as a human too. I can't tell him when I was a cat, but I feel like I was able to tell him this time. I felt relieved and fell asleep. I was curious about Mr. Kawahara being silent, but I couldn't see his face. I felt someone touching my hair right before I fell asleep. Thank you. I thought I heard his voice. That can't be right. He's not
No,
real.
that ain't right. We had silence.
We had silence. Takuma came back after 20 minutes. Until then, I had a short sleep. I looked
Otherwise
sick.
known as a nap.
Yeah. I looked so sick, and Mr. Kawahara stayed next to me, and Takuma understood what was going on. I told you you shouldn't work. Leave my giant biceps to this work, not you.
Them biceps.
Dang, it sure is muscular. I'm sorry. It's alright, but don't force yourself. Go home and take the day off tomorrow. Tomorrow too? You have to get better, so don't keep it long. Go home safely. Oh, okay. Thank you. I bowed and went to the staff room. I took off the apron and put it inside the locker. I took out my stuff and left the staff room. Mr. Kawahara already left the shop, and I bowed to Takuma before I left. Hey. Then I left the shop. Someone called my name. There was Mr. Kawahara standing nearby. I thought you left. I was waiting here. I didn't even notice. You didn't even notice I was around. Oh, I thought you left. What happened? I was waiting for. I was waiting for you. You're going home early, right? I'm alright. I can go back by myself. You can't walk steady. Why don't you listen to me at least when you were feeling sick? Fine, please take me.
I thought she said, I'm fine. Please take me.
I was walking with Mr. Kawahara side by side. He must be used to walking next to someone while he's working in a host club. Mr. Kawahara was looking around, but he was looking at me when he realized that I was looking at him.
We looked.
I couldn't look at him straight, and I looked away. What is it? Why don't you look at me? I started thinking about Mr. Kawahara and looked down. Oh. I felt that the transformation was coming up when I realized I can't do anything.
and had an early turn into cat in front of the boy.
Dang sicknesses these days.
Sickness is turning you into cats.
No, right now? The street is larger, the sky is higher, the ground is closer. That's not...
Can you imagine, honestly, you're like walking arm in arm with this woman, and you ask her, like, why aren't you looking at me? And she just suddenly shrinks into cat.
Just...
Why won't you look at me, cat? I can see
That
my
answers
cat
some
hands.
questions, but I can see my cat hands with my eyes.
My cat hands.
You can see my cat hands with my
My
eyes.
cat hands. Whoa.
It's still noon. That's not the point. Instead, when I looked at him, Miss Carr looked so confused and looked at me. You... that cat... Where did she... Where did she go? Hey! You don't feel well, right? Don't mess around with me. Come out.
Dude.
He looked around a little and he looked at me. Did she turn into you?
Oh, this boy. He's so
I
dumb.
can't listen to him anymore and I ran.
You dummy.
Some
You
wobbly
dummy.
small cat gets away from you.
Did you not see her transform at all? Did he just like look away for a brief moment and then look back and there's cat?
Like, side by side, he like looks at a building, just looks back, nothing, looks down, cat. What should I do? What should I do? He saw me turn into a cat. No, he did not.
No, apparently he didn't.
I can't think where I was going, but I couldn't stay there anymore, so I ran. When I realized it was already dark, it was already raining, so I was out too. Man, my second monitor's having a trouble.
It was also raining and I was out too.
Sorry, my second monitor's flickeries.
Oh dear. We're gonna have to end a little early.
I don't think so. It was also raining and I was out too. The cold is getting worse. When I realized, I felt bad, but I didn't want to stop walking. Female pedestrian. Watch out.
Watch out.
I heard someone watching and I saw a white light. I realized it was the light from a car. When I opened my eyes, I was in a room I didn't know. Huh? I woke up in surprise and got up. It was a soft bed. Where am I? I looked around the room. It's not that big, but there's not much interior, so it looks large.
We are deteriorating so much. We weren't off to a great start in the first place, but we're still deteriorating even more.
The window was on the right side of the bed, and there was a lace curtain.
Was there?
Yeah, there. I woke up because of the sunlight coming through the curtain.
Uh-huh.
When I opened the curtain, it was the scenery I've never seen before.
Piph?
Sorry, no, the screen flickering is... Anyway, it probably is quite high here. After 10th floor? About 10th floor? I'm okay with heights, but it made me feel dizzy for a moment. Is this room? I was looking outside of the window and I was thinking, I was trying to look for anywhere I know, but I can't find it. Why am I here? When I was trying to calm down, I started thinking about what happened last night. I went to Mr. Kawahara, so I forced myself to get up and went to work. Mr.
I wanted to, Mr. Kawahara. I wanted to, Mr. Kawahara.
Yes. Mr. Kawahara came to the shop and took care of me. Talked to me a little. When I said I'll go back home early, so he told me he'll send me. So he was walking next to me, and I felt pained about what happened. I turned into a cat in front of Mr. Kawahara. He was really surprised. That's normal. It's surprising too. Oh my god. Then I couldn't stand it anymore, so I ran away. When I ran away, it started raining and I felt worse. When I wandered around, there was a light. Last thing I remember was seeing a car light. I heard a sound of stopping. I don't know when I started to jump in front of the car.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I missed any of those words. I think all of those were correct and was just a mess. What's happening?
What is happening?
Did I get injured? It doesn't hurt. I looked at myself. It's the clothes I was wearing yesterday. There's no dirt, and it's not torn. I don't have any injuries anywhere. The bag was near the bed. I checked inside, but there was nothing missing or broken. Maybe I didn't get into an accident. Maybe I was too tired and passed out. I guess someone helped me when I passed out. When I took out the phone, it was already past 7. I'm glad I have a day off. When I was thinking what to do, I heard someone knocking. Yes. When I replied, the door opened. Good morning, how do you feel? There was a guy in glasses. He was wearing a dark gray trouser and clean shirt. He looks very strict and had a polite way of talking, but when I spoke, his expressions were very gentle. I think I've seen him? When I was looking at him, he smiled. It was a friendly smile. Good, you look better than I imagined. When I remembered his voice before, I remembered meeting him before. This guy, is he Kazuya? He was working in the same club as Kawahara. Wasn't Kazuya at the... Whatever. That's Kazuha. Not Kazu... No, wait, what?
It's okay, Piph.
The same person, but he sounds different. Did he talk this kind before? When he was talking to Mr. Kawahara at the club Viola, he sounded completely opposite to Mr. Kawahara. They don't get along well with each other, so maybe it's why he's acting like that. Is there something on my face? Sorry, I was daydreaming. That's alright. Giggle. He smiled. Why? Do I have something on my face? I was checking my face with my hand, and Kazuha started to laugh. Oh, aren't you hungry? I realized that I haven't had anything much from yesterday because I was sick. My body was being honest, and my stomach was rumbling. Sounds like you can eat. I'm sorry about this. That's alright, please come this way.
You're not gonna ask, like...
No.
Where'd you find me?
I followed him and went out from the room.
Did you know I was a cat?
Mr. Kawahara brought me to the living room.
Not Mr. Kawahara.
Mr. Kawahara. In
No.
the big dining table, there was breakfast for two ready. Did you cook for me? I thought you might be hungry. Was it too much for you? No, I just don't know how to thank you. Please don't be like that. Please don't be like that. Relax a little. He made me sit up and sit down in front of me. I'm relaxed here, but why am I here? I have so many things to ask, but dig in! It was a Western-style breakfast. He was offering me with a smile, and I couldn't say no. Thank you.
Don't drink the orange juice.
Fresh salad and scrambled eggs. It was all tasty. I was so hungry that I finished my dish very quickly. Here. He got me a coffee afterwards. When I was having coffee, he looked at me and smiled. How are you feeling? Are you calm now? Yes, but what have I done, really? You didn't do much. I just couldn't really leave you there, so I brought you home, that's it. Thank you very much, also for letting me stay and give me breakfast. It's alright, but I have one question. A question? Is it like, why am I sleeping outside? I should just make up an excuse? Are you a human or a cat? Duh.
Ain't that the question?
That was an unexpected question. I was about to drop my coffee cup. Why? It's quite straightforward. Kazuya was smiling, but I was scared. Oh, please don't be afraid. I'm not here to threaten you. I'm just curious. But I guess it's none of my business. Kazuya looked guilty asking about this, but I was less cautious. I'm a human. I don't know whether you can believe me or not, but I turned into a cat only at night. In the morning, I turn back into a human. It's a curse. A curse. Sounds like a lie, right? I understand if you don't believe me. I believe you. I saw you turn back from a cat to human. Huh? I'll talk to you about last night. I was out for a day off on the way back, where there was a cat jumped out in front of my car. It was a white cat, so I was able to find out. It was also not speeding. I was also not speeding, so I didn't hit you. But the cat was still unconscious, so I decided to take it back. I was letting the cat on the sofa, but then when I looked in the living room later, you turned into a human. This is the 11th floor and a very secure place, but there's no way that a cat can escape or a human could enter, so I thought you were a cat. I was starting to feel tensed up. I felt bad asking, but I was very curious. Weren't you surprised? My occupation... My
occupation-wise, I've seen many surprising situations.
My occupation-wise, I see many occupation surprise.
Many surprise.
So I don't get occupation surprise that easily. Then Mr. Kawahara was very surprised, so he might not be Kazuya? What do you do? I'm a host. Form the club, the host club. Oh, we didn't introduce ourselves properly. I'm Kazuya Takikawa. Nice to meet you. He's being polite, but all I can think of is Mr. Kawahara. What is he doing right now? I wish I can explain to Mr. Kawahara, like, right now. Maybe he might be okay. I want to talk to him properly. I remembered about Mr. Kawahara and feeling guilty. I introduced myself lightly and tried to switch my thoughts. Mr. Takikawa. You can call me Kazuya. Then Kazuya. Yes. Please don't tell anyone about last night. I know they work together. Maybe Mr. Kawahara might hear something. Whatever the reason is, I don't want Mr. Kawahara to know that I stayed at Kazuya's place or about my curse. I want to tell him about the curse myself. When I looked at him, he was thinking. Then I'll keep the secret in one condition. One condition? Mr. Kazuya showed me a smile that I've never seen from him. My condition to not tell anyone. Can you go on a date with me once? Episode 7.
Episode 7. This is actually really early about, like, showing off the cat thing to someone.
Yeah. You not only helped me, but you also brought me home. Thank you very much. I thanked Kazuya for sending me home by car. You're welcome. I bowed once again, and Kazuya, who smiled at me, and got out of the car. When I crossed the street and looked back, the car, Kazuya was still there, waving his hand at me. He's really nice. I waved at him and thought about it. He saved the cat who jumped in the middle of the street. He listened to me even about the transformation cat, and then took me home. I felt a little bit uplifted, maybe because I was able to speak to him, and it was great he believed me. But I think he was joking when he mentioned having a date. Maybe he told me because I looked worried. I don't know what to answer when he mentioned a date, so he changed the subject immediately. Instead, the date. I should thank him somehow. I went up all the stairs to my floor, took my key out from my bag, and then noticed something. There was something on the doorknob. A shopping bag from the convenience store? When I checked inside the bag, there was some food and medicine. Was this Mr. Kawahara? I looked inside a bit, but of course he's not around. I turned into a cat in front of Mr. Kawahara. He looked so surprised, but he was worried about me. I grabbed the bag and went into my room. Next morning I felt better, but decided to take a few days from work making the flu as an excuse. I was scared that I might turn into a cat before nighttime. Well, yeah, you turn into a cat at like noon, according to the words, which may or may not be accurate.
Who knows?
However, after that day, I turned into a cat during the day. A cat after the sun goes down, a human at sunrise. This is my cycle. That day I wasn't feeling well, so that's why I couldn't stay as a human longer, right? I don't understand it, but it seems like staying a human was more complicated. For now, I should take care of my body more. I still thought about it, but I went towards Flora while walking. I continued thinking. I need to apologize for having taken off that long. Then I'll think about what I need to order, the display and everything else. Is he coming today? Mr. Kawahara came to the shop when I was thinking about the display a while ago. He was coming back from work. He probably is at work now too. Even though he visits the shop, what am I going to say when I face him? What should I say? My feelings were becoming
No,
even
me
more...
feelings.
Me feelings were becoming...
Me feelings.
Me feelings were becoming more depressed. The shop is right there, but I can't go forward. I'll accept whatever is going to happen to me. Good.
Good.
Good. I swept away all those thoughts and went into the shop. He's not coming. I kept thinking about Mr. Kawahara. I kept on thinking if he was going to come or not, and I couldn't concentrate on work. There's so many things I have to do and solve. Endless troubles and problems made me feel depressed. Takuma. That's his name, Takuma. Looked at me worried. Are you okay? You're not fully recovered yet, are you? I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else. I'm okay though. I will let you know if I don't feel okay. Okay, actually somebody from Club Viola is coming to the shop later. Somebody from Club Viola? Yes. When we made a mistake with the order, they helped us organize the event, right? Full Bloom Day, yes. I am so sorry for what happened. I remember the event was a success. The event was such a success that many customers came to the club after that. Yes, it seems that they were going to have the event regularly, so they wanted to talk with us. We were offered to be a sponsor for the event so we would be able to increase brand awareness of our shop. Can you call me when they arrive so I'll talk to him for a while? I'll be talking to him for a while, so can you take care of the shop? Sure, I'll do it. Takuma smiled at me and went back to his work. Somebody from Club Viola. I wonder if it's going to be Mr. Kawahara. He was the person in charge of Full Bloom Day too. I got more nervous when I thought about seeing him. How long do I have to wait until he comes? While I was thinking about that, I saw the shape of a man wearing a suit approach the front of the glass door, and the door opened. It is the wrong person! Well cut. Instead, there was somebody unexpected standing, so I stopped talking. Wow, Mr. Kazuya? Hi there. This is interesting. I didn't know you were working here. Yes, I do. Why are you here, Mr. Kazuya? The club I'm working for decided to hold an event with flowers regularly, so I came here to talk about the contract. So you're the person in charge? Let me call my boss. I went to call Takuma. Why didn't Mr. Kawahara come instead? Thank you very much. I escorted the customer outside the shop, then I turned again to Mr. Kazuya. He smiled at me and I smiled back. Is the contract done? Yes, we did. Hey, what about the person who was in charge of the event last time? He's not in charge anymore. Oh, really? Why? I stopped talking the moment I realized I was asking too much. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. No worries, not a problem. You asked me why, right? The person who was in charge asked me to take care of it in his place. That's why I'm doing it now. Oh, I see. But why? Is he trying to avoid me? Well, that would be understandable considering what happened. I kept on telling myself that that's normal. Hey, are you okay? He looked up. I looked up when Kazuya talked to me. Yes, I'm sorry, I was thinking about something. I was overthinking things again. Kazuya didn't seem to care, so he smiled at me as usual. Let me ask you if you want to... Let me ask you if you want to go out with me again. Would you go to the amusement park with me? Oh, the amusement park? I didn't really get what I didn't really get what I was saying. I just repeated his words. I have a day off tomorrow. How's your schedule? Tomorrow the shop will be closed, so I'll be free. So I'm free. Good, I'll pick you up at your apartment around lunchtime. Kazuha bowed and left the shop. I followed him with my eyes. Why is he asking me on a date? I thought I wanted to ask Kazuya the reason. He had already left the shop. I replied like that. Well, that probably sounded like I was going on a date with him. He said good, too. Although my feelings were not clear, I went back to my work. I could not refuse him anymore. Because I don't have his number.
I couldn't even.
Yeah.
Was what they want. It's just.
That's what I was thinking when I turned into Cat. Wait, hold on.
Wait, we are Cat?
When I turned in Cat.
Okay.
Should I go to the club, to Club Viola? I am a cat, but still, Mr. Kazuya knows that I can still meet him. Should I go to his workplace and refuse the date, though? I should think I'm seeing him as a thank you. Then I won't feel that bad. I should definitely say thank you, yes. When I finally took my decision, Mr. Kawahara's face popped into my mind, and I tried to push it away. I'm not that close to him anyway. I wasn't able to. However, when I started thinking about my feelings were getting depressed, and I jumped out of the bed. Out of the house? Jumped out of the house?
What is happening?
I jumped out of the house. Okay. I ran and ran until I was in front of Club Viola. I was in front of the back door, but no one came out. I sat on the empty box on the side of the back door when I overheard somebody talking in the staff room. I haven't seen Kaio in a while. Is he okay? He's taken some time off. It's already been 1 week. He said that he'll take off for the entire month. Seriously? I haven't heard that. Why? Who knows? Hikaru told me Hikaru told me he saw Kaio at the studio in front of the station, but that's all I know. Studio? Why? I told you, I don't know. By the way, about that customer, I heard that they were changing the topics, so I rushed to the station. I don't know where the studio was, but I thought I would be able to find it. I want to see you. I don't know what I should do, but that can't be goodbye. As a cat, it took me less than 15 minutes to reach the studio. I was lucky enough to find somebody with the instrument who was entering the studio, so I followed him. I went up the stairs when the person at the reception was talking to the customer. There were 3 rooms on each floor, and since the doors were made of glass, in the center, I was able to look inside. Mr. Kawahara wasn't on the 2nd floor, so I went up to the 3rd, so I looked to a large room near the stairs. There he is. Mr. Kawahara and 3 other people were in the room. The other guys next to him playing the bass was the guy who came to visit him at Club Viola. It seems like Mr. Kawahara decided to form a band again. So there's a guitarist, a bassist, a drummer, and a keyboardist. Mr. Kawahara was in front of the microphone, so he's also the singer. Well, obviously he's really good. I wonder if he can hear. I wonder if I can hear something. Almost no sound was coming out as the room was soundproof. I tried to listen to the instruments. A drum was beating a good rhythm, nice guitar pairing with a powerful guitar. When the music reached its peak, Mr. Kawahara started singing. Whoa! That voice was completely different from the one I heard at his place before. I like this one more. A voice was simply beautiful. I felt like he was enjoying singing from the bottom of his heart. They were all good, and they did their best to create one sound. Mr. Kawahara, I think you should be a musician. I don't know much about his work as a host, but I feel like he had more talent for with music. I am on your side. Please, do not forget this. I stepped away from the window and wanted to watch more, but I didn't want to get caught either. I left the studio against my will. The following day, I heard a car beeping. When I looked outside, Mr. Kazuya's car was parked alongside the street. Good. I got ready and got my bag and left my room. I opened...
It's just the exact same car!
Got into the car and smiled. Hi there. Let's have fun today. Sure. I fastened the safety belt and then the car moved.
Such a robot thing to say.
Are you nervous? Yes, a bit. Haha, me too. What? You too? Of course. Because a beautiful lady is next to me. He's straightforward. I'm sure he's really popular at the shop.
The shop?
Have you eaten already? Not yet. Okay, let's have lunch first. I know a really good place. The date went on without any problem. While we eat, we talked about many things. The conversation was interesting and I didn't feel any doubts anymore. When we left the restaurant, I wasn't nervous at all. We got back in the car and went to the amusement park. We parked the car in the parking lot and went into the park.
Wow. Thanks for letting us know. We would never have figured it out otherwise.
Although it was a weekday, there was a lot of people. Is this place really popular? Yes, around this time of the year they have a parade. Most of the people are here for that. I'm actually here to watch that too. What do you say? Sure. I was very relaxed when I looked at Mr. Kazuya's happy face. He really wanted to take me out. I was very rude to doubt him. What happened? Nothing. Let's go on that one. I cleared my mind and went around the amusement park with Mr. Kazuya. It's almost sundown. When Mr. Kazuya said that, I raised my head from the pamphlet. The sun was going down and the sky looked as if it was painted orange. That's true, but what time does the parade start? Yet, I had agreed to watch with him without thinking about turning into a cat. But he knows that I turned into a cat. I guess I could still watch with him. It's good to know that he knows, so I can stay longer. It's convenient. Well, it's scheduled to start at 7 p.m. Do you think you'll be okay? That's a close one. It's going to be a problem if there's any more people around. Don't worry about that. I know a place where there are few people. We can go there and watch the parade. Mr. Kazuya took me to a place close to the Ferris wheel. It was really beautiful. I know you wanted to watch the parade from a closer spot. I'm so sorry. No, I'm aware of that. Actually, the reason why I brought you here isn't because of the parade. But you told me so. Yes, I'm looking forward to that too, but more than that, I wanted to look at your smile. You had such a sad face yesterday. After I saw your expression, I became sad too. I felt like I should make you smile. That's why I asked you out today.
She's depressed. Quick, flick her on the forehead. Flick that depression out of there.
When I think of it, it might have been quite rude. I'm sorry I was being pushy. No, I mean thank you. Perhaps I really like... At that moment, the phone echoed around us. Excuse me. Mr. Kazuya took his phone from his pocket. He looked at the display and his expression changed completely. Don't worry, you can pick it up. I'm sorry. Mr. Kazuya apologized and took the call. By the look of it, he probably got a call from somebody he doesn't like. Kazuya turned his back and moved a little bit away from me and talked with a low voice. His voice sounds harsher. I noticed that he lowered his voice a lot. It wasn't good for me to eavesdrop, but then I tried to stop. Shit. I was surprised when I heard Kazuya said, "Don't forget that word." After that, he kept talking in a lower voice. I got a chill. I forgot about that Mr. Kazuya and Mr. Kawahara were not on good terms. It was always like this when he spoke to Mr. Kawahara. He talked in a cold way with cold words.
So cold.
I wasn't feeling comfortable. I took a step back and made a noise. Mr. Kawahara turned his face immediately. His eyes were glaring like those of a beast, but he suddenly smiled when he saw I was stepping back. But I can see that it's a fake smile. And then I thought the smile he always showed me was also fake. What's wrong with him? What's he thinking? Kazuya turned away again. I couldn't see his face anymore. His voice became gentler, but I knew it was just trying to fake it. Even though it wasn't how it looked, my doubts wouldn't go away. After I heard his conversation, I couldn't stop looking at him suspiciously. Why did he approach me? Does he have another motive? There were so many things I couldn't understand. I was so scared that I thought about running away. What should I do? I was surrounded by terror. The world went upside down. It was the first time I thought I was lucky to be a cat. The moment my sight was back, I started running. If I ran at full speed, a human couldn't catch me. But Mr. Kawahara noticed that at once. Shit! That's what I heard. I went away from that place and was able to calm down. He was really angry. Was that his true face? The face I had thought was gentle was just a fake? Why? I don't understand. But I can't ask directly. He know where I work and where I live. What should I do? I'm scared now. Speaking of which, before thinking about where to go, I should think of how the parade was going on at that time. Wow. The amusement park was lit up and surrounded by a romantic atmosphere. I bet the parade is really beautiful. He likes that.
Wow, wherever he is.
I wonder what Mr. Kawahara would say about the parade. He's a childish sometimes.
He's a childish, that one.
I'm sure he would enjoy it. I wanted to see this with Mr. Kawahara. I was thinking of giving up my feelings towards Mr. Kawahara. He was shocked from seeing me turn into a cat. That's why I had to run away without explaining anything. He didn't come back to Flora either. So it's been a while since I last talked to him. That's why I thought there was nothing I could have done, but I haven't said anything. I haven't told him anything, nor about the curse or my feelings of him, nothing. I can't give up on him until I tell him the truth. I'm going to regret it if I don't tell him the truth. While I was looking at the amusement park's light, I decided to tell my secret to Mr. Kawahara. I don't have that much time left. Yesterday, I became a cat before the parade started. I'm becoming a cat faster than before. And the time that I'm going back to human is slower. How long am I going to stay as a cat in one day? It won't be long before the time spent as a cat is longer. You can go now. Good job.
You can go now. Good job.
Thank you. I can't work long hours anymore. I asked my boss to let me do the early shift. I knew I was giving him some trouble, but I wasn't ready to quit my job either. I still have to make a living, but I wasn't ready to quit the shop a lot. And if I keep on working here, I might have the chance to meet Mr. Kawahara. I wonder if Mr. Kawahara is doing alright. I arrived at home at before sundown. I checked the post box. There was some pamphlets and a brown envelope. There was no stamp and no recipient's name on it. I turned the envelope, and then my breath stopped. The characters were written in a sharp way. Kawahara Kiyosu. Mr. Kawahara. The band members were calling him Koyosuke. That's why he was called Koyo? Kaio? Probably Kaio. Finally realized his full name. Kawahara, as a customer of the flower shop. Koi. At the host club.
He's
I
now
don't
a
know.
koi fish.
He's now Koi.
Koi fish.
We don't know each other. He doesn't know my name. I want to know, and I want him to know. I want to talk to him, too. I went up the stairs and looked at the envelope. What's inside? He wrote it because he couldn't tell me in person. I sat down on the sofa and took a deep breath and looked what's inside. It was a simple ticket with logo. When I turned it over, there was a map and... There was a map. It's not that far from here. Only 2 stops away by train. Concert. There's a letter behind the ticket. Instead of a memo, he used music notes. He didn't have anything much written on the letter. Just one sentence. I have a consort. Please come. It was only that. He didn't say anything about the cat. It was just an invitation. I didn't know what he was thinking, but I was relieved. He's not avoiding me, I guess. I'll go. Thank you, Mr. Kawahara. I held the letter and the ticket. When I found out that he wasn't avoiding me, I went to see him. I'm too positive. I was going towards Club Viola, but when I got to the shop, I stopped. How is he going to react? How is he going to react now that he knows? Will he act differently? Or is he going to be changed? Which would be different. I don't know, so I looked at the plate. Then the door opened. I'll be back from tomorrow, so... It was Mr. Kawahara. He recognized me. He looked at me surprised. He wanted to say something, but couldn't speak. We both froze for a while. Mr. Kawahara started talking. What's up? I was so sad because you didn't show up. He was so kind and gentle. He was the same. He didn't change his attitude and his smile and the innocent smile I love. He's going to stay the same. I was giving him space thinking. I was depressed. I'm sorry I didn't change at all. I'm sorry you didn't change at all. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Oh meow. I was about to say, are you cat? He stroked.
Cat meow.
He was stroked.
He was stroking at me.
He was stroking. That's why I was like, is that it? He was stroking at me and took me in his arm.
I love this Muppet cat. Muppet cat is best.
Huh? Where are we going? He didn't stop. I understood where we were going. His place. I guess that's okay. There's something I wanted to talk to you. It talked quietly in my ear. I can tell you this. He used to tell me how he feels, but it's because I was a cat. When he didn't think I was a cat.
That's okay,
Oh.
but that's because I was a cat. When he didn't think I was a cat.
When he... Even if he knows, he's still talking to me right now. I'll listen to you. I was staying calm inside his arm as a yes, and he held me a little tighter.
That cat. That cat. That cat
Episode
face.
I got to Mr. Kawahara's place. Unlike the last time, he put me on the sofa and I looked at him. Mr. Kawahara put a bitter smile and waved at me. Why are you being so stiff? Relax a little bit. Well, I'm nervous. I did relax on the sofa, but it makes me feel nervous. Want a drink? He held up a beer in his... He was holding a beer in his hand. I can't drink beer because I'm a cat. No. When I replied loudly, he laughed. I'm joking! See, this guy gets it.
But this was the man who went, cat want... was it like, cat want milk? Cat... The cat was like, It's like, wait, hold on. Hey lady, you want tea? You put tea down.
He didn't put tea down.
What was the, like, what
He
did
did
do?
ask if you wanted tea, and you're just like, what? Sure, I guess.
Yeah, he was like, hey cat. Didn't, no response. Hey lady.
Would you like some tea? And cat's like, yeah. actually.
I guess.
And
yeah.
then he like, I think he gave the cat water, actually, and not milk. I think.
I remember her drinking something.
Yeah. He was placing a plate on the floor. It was milk. I was nervous, but I'm grateful. Pours beer into milk. I started drinking and heard the sound of a can opening. He's having a beer. You know, I enjoy being in a band. I really like the music. He started talking and I nodded. Do you understand me? Yeah, because you were playing and singing happy. Well, he was drinking beer quietly. I don't know why I started music. Probably it was fun playing and singing. But I started to think I sing because I wanted others to accept me, not because of joy. Mr. Kawahara started to talk bit by bit. I was born and raised in the countryside. I guess I was intimidated, so I had to do something.
Ah, this country, it's intimidating. Ugh. All of this
I have to do
country
something,
land.
otherwise I'll forever just be a guy from the countryside. I tried to think of something that I could do, and that was singing. But that was enough. I had some confidence in singing. If I succeeded in music, I thought I could have more confidence. But if I have confidence, I wouldn't be intimidated by others. But that was the mistake. I saw Mr. Kawahara having his beer.
Wow, he's having a beer? Whoa.
There's so many musics from different countryside dreaming about becoming big. Just big. Then that reality hit me. I finally understood, but that made me feel stubborn. Then I won't be able to make good music, right? So we had less people supporting us, and I ran. I needed money for living. When I started working as a host, I thought as long as I have money to live, it'd be okay. If I think about it, it was just an excuse. I was working so hard so that I wouldn't think about the music. When I realized it, I was number one. My regulars and colleagues, and the colleges congratulated me. That's not colleagues, is it? That's colleges?
I have to look it up.
Shit. Congratulated me, and I felt like I was finally feeling a good satisfaction. I became first. I got convinced. So after that, I felt like my feelings towards music were getting smaller. I wanted to keep accepting. I probably wasn't good at music, and being a host is my dream job, but I couldn't really quit.
Chad is saying it was colleagues.
Okay. Then the band members asked me again. I felt bad, but when I went back to music, I remembered how much I love music. He stroked my head. Did you receive the ticket? No. I nodded at his question. Then he stroked me again, saying good. Come to our concert. You said you were going to support me, right? My heart jumped and I excited, but I also had worries. Would I be able to listen to his concert properly? When I got home as a human, I checked the ticket. I went to check the time for the concert. enter from 5:30 p.m. and it starts from 6. Recently I turned into a cat earlier. When I turn into a cat even earlier by then. I hope I won't be a cat until that time. No, I wish I could stay as a human until the end of the concert. I don't want to be a cat. I said it out loud and made a fist. Days pass so quickly that it's the day of the concert. You're checking the clock so much, but is there anything today? I'm sorry, I'll clean the entrance. I tried to run away from Takuma and went to the entrance. Ignore your question. Ignore it. I felt like someone was watching. Takuma? When I turned around, Takuma was making a bouquet and not looking. Huh? I was thinking a little. Then I felt normal. Must be my imagination, but it feels weird. I felt like a child and brought the equipment back inside the shop. Bye, see you tomorrow. Sexy is not great. I basically, whenever I read through something, just so you know, I am guessing. This is how I've learned how to read. I guess, double check, and then continue on. Like with everything. I went back home quickly. I'll take a shower and get changed, and while I was going back, I was thinking of what to do at home when I turned around and saw a face of someone I knew. I looked at him. Mr. Kazuya. He has a scary expression and was wearing a dark gray suit. He didn't try to hide his feelings. I was scared, but I faced him. Are you going to his concert? His expression was very cold. I guess this is his usual expression. When I nodded, Kazuya looked upset. Why? He invited me. Is that it? He did invite me, but that's the start. Kawahara, he's stubborn and mean, but kind and fragile. How can I leave a guy like that? How can I leave a guy like that? Stubborn and mean, kind and fragile, all the qualities I like.
She's like, look, I ain't passing that up. She's like, are you kidding me? That's my anime boy right there.
I just wanted to support him. Nonsense. Mr. Kawahara tried to walk away. Mr. Kazuya? He stopped. You're the one who made me realize my feelings. Thank you very much. He didn't answer and left. Going out from the west exit and turn right when I could see the convenience store. I came back home and put on more makeup before I went to the concert. I followed the map and saw the concert hall. I don't see other people. When I looked at the clock, it was already past opening time. Are the others already inside? When I went downstairs and opened the door, there was a reception at the back at the back of the corridor.
Not a conception.
Do you have a ticket? Yes, here. Thank you. You can have one drink with this. Please order the drink inside. Thank you.
One drink for thee.
I finished going through the reception and opened the heavy door. 2 lines dot. I think it's Morse code. It's really hot. People were all excited inside. There's so many people. It's not that small, but it's also like I've been bumping into people.
They are popular.
They are popular.
Oh, wow.
I feel happier. Is this the band playing?
I don't think so. I don't think yet.
There's so many people supporting them other than me. There are people listening to them. I think they're playing.
Are they already playing? Is this the jazz music? Are they playing? Horrible.
I stood by the
No,
wall and waited until it started.
It
6
hasn't
p.m.
started.
Okay. The sound of the guitar started echoing. There was more like it echoing inside me as well.
Whoa.
I was so excited about it, and I looked at the stage. The other group members stood, and Mr. Kazuya was in the center. I heard the sound of the drumsticks hitting together. After the 4 beats, the guitar and the drum echoed inside the hall. His strong voice was filmed inside the concert hall, and the audience started to clap. I started to clap. This is amazing. It's amazing, Mr. Kawahara. God, love MIDI dot saxophone.
Yeah, this guitar music, him singing.
I don't know much about music, but I know Mr. Kawahara loved music. Maybe it's because it's a live concert, or maybe not. I don't care about that right now. I'm just touched by his music, and that was everything to me. But my limit is coming up. I can feel it coming. No, I want to stay and watch his performance. I feel like I was going to lose my consciousness, so I tried to hold the fist tightly and tried to hold myself together. The song he was singing was about supporting a person who's struggling. I was trying to cope a little bit more. This is our last song. Hope you enjoy our performance. I can hear the voice from the stage. I can hear people saying, "Don't stop, we want more." He didn't answer and started his last song. Unlike the other songs, it was a calmer, melodic piece. His voice was gentle and sentimental. The song ended and he bowed on the stage. There was tons of claps and cheering. I tried, but it was my limit. I tried to look for somewhere I wouldn't be noticed by the wall. The next moment when I opened my eyes, there were people's legs, so I tried to go towards the center of the room. I went to... corner of the room. I went through the way that the staff goes in and out to get out of the hall. Mr. Kahara, it was the best concert. I was looking at the concert hall. When I turned around to go home, I heard the steps coming up. I turned around thinking maybe there was Mr. Kawahara standing. He was looking straight at me. Thanks for listening. Thank you for inviting me. Meow. When I replied loudly, he smiled happily. There's Mr. Kawahara calling. I'm sorry, I have to go back. You came here for me? See ya. Go home safely. I saw him go back to the hall and I left.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen at all.
I should say thank you when I turn back to a human. And I should tell him how I feel. I made up my mind and went back home.
Well, nothing bad happened at all.
I woke up with the sunlight coming from the window. I felt like my body's lighter. I felt like I was having the same feelings when I was at the concert hall. I thought back about the times that happened yesterday. I can still remember what I saw last night. The guitar and the echoing drum and Mr. Kawahara's voice. Mr. Kawahara was shining on the stage. I probably like. I put my hand in front of my heart. I feel warm and painful and something excited. Sometimes excited. I know what it feels like. I came to the front of Club Violi. I took a deep breath so many times, but I couldn't calm down. It's alright. He'll listen to me. Good. I came here, but I can't tell him how I feel. What? No. I entered the club inside. I got hobby of entering when I was a cat. I got habit of entering when I was a cat. I entered without asking. Maybe he's not here. Maybe I should go to his place. He must be tired. I go to his place if he isn't here. I entered, but there was no one there. No one's here? I was saying out loud, it wasn't locked, so I thought there was someone inside. Maybe everyone's out or staying in the staff room? Felt like a little on here. Hello. There was a voice from behind and I jumped. Mr. Kazuya? I turned around. Mr. Kazuya was standing by the wall and smiled at me. He looked gentle, but I know he's not all kind, so I can't look at him straight. Did I surprise you? I'm sorry. I took a step back when he moved. No, I'm alright. Sorry to bother you. I thought I'd be in danger, so I was trying to leave. I tried not to see him in the eyes, and I tried to pass next to him. Wait. I can't move. What? I don't want to stay here, but I can't move. Only with one word, I can tell he was showing himself. You came to see Koi, right? My silence answered him, and he kept on talking without hiding. I hate him. He acts like he's fooling around, but he earns trust from people easily. I've put in so much effort and work, but he doesn't even put in any himself. It's unfair. I was getting mad at what he was telling me. Mr. Kawahara wasn't putting in effort? What do you know about him? You haven't seen him enough. I was about to explode, but if I make a scene, I will cause trouble, so I try not to get mad. Excuse me. I shouldn't talk to people like this, so I was going to pass in front of him. I said, wait. He grabbed my shoulder roughly. Stop! Get off me! You chose him too? Then. His face was coming closer. I thought he was going to kiss me. Hey, stop, please! I was trying to get away, but of course he's stronger. His face was so close I could touch his nose.
Touch my nose with his.
Touch my nose with his. I was about to cry. I didn't want to kiss him. I don't want to be kissed by a person I don't like. That's very true. They're good.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
Mr. Kawahara.
this is true.
Mr. Kawahara, help me. The heroes arrived. Horrible note. What are you doing? What are you doing to her? When I screamed for help, there was an angry voice.
Wow.
I heard the sound of someone being hit, and I was released. Hey, are you alright? It was Mr. Kawahara in front of me. Mr. Kazuya was on the floor and his cheek was swollen. He was holding his mouth and glaring at him. Mr. Kawahara ignored him and looked at me. Are you injured? Are you alright? Are you injured?
Oh, sorry, I almost forgot my
Oh,
accent.
Jesus, what's going on? He looked worried and I started to cry. I was relieved and happy that he helped me. Did he do something to you? Hey! No. He didn't. I'm alright. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. It's not your fault. As long as you're safe, it's okay. We're gonna get away from here. Mr. Kawahara pulled me and went towards the back door. Hey, wait! I could hear Mr. Kazuya talking. I'm not going to give up! I'll make you regret! Whatever! You don't have to worry. I nodded. I didn't feel worried at all. We got out from the back door, we went to the parking lot, and we immediately left. I thought we heard Mr. Kazuya, but we left him there. I turned around to check and he was gone. I sighed. We should be fine now. I hope so. What did he want to do? Why me? I don't know. He's so upsetting to even think about. He didn't do anything to you, right? Yeah, I'm okay. I can't feel my fingertips when I recall what I experienced earlier.
Time to call the G-Force to get Kazuya.
He's the owner's favorite, so he's not gonna get sacked. I would do it if I was the owner. He sighed and looked at me. Anyway, why were you in the club? He asked me that question. I can feel my face turning red. I completely forgot about it because I was panicking, but I wanted to tell him my feelings. I was surprised to tell him. I was supposed to tell him, so that's making me even more nervous now. So, I really wanted to tell you about something, and how come you can't talk normally today? Well, many things happened, and okay, let's go somewhere where no one can disturb us. Then he started driving. I couldn't see his face directly, so I was looking outside the window. I finally got a chance to talk to him. I was happy, but also made me feel nervous.
Happy
I wonder
end.
what the bad ending would be. Am I being attacked again? We were at a place where we could see the town. I haven't slept after the concert, so the light is a bit too much for me. He was blinking and starting to rub his eyes. Alright, your concert was really amazing. Thanks for coming. Thank you for inviting me. I think I'll become your fan. He smiled when I said that. It was really fun to have a concert. I really loved singing and I completely forgot about how much I love music. I understand you made me realize that. Mr. Kazuya stroked my head quietly like he used to do when I was a cat. Now I've decided something. I really want to go for my dreams. Does that mean I'll quit being a host and I'll work on my band? Mr. Kawahara! I really love his music. It makes me happy to be able to listen to his music. You'll be alright. You can sing such beautiful songs. I tried to tell him my support. He looked surprised and went back to that kind smile. Thank you. When you tell me this, I feel like I can do this. Mr. Kawahara, you sounded different than usual. It makes my heart beat quite quickly. How do we normally talk? I'm nervous now. I was having trouble talking to him. He opened up. I'm sorry to make you be in a scary situation. He's always goes against me. Huh? I didn't expect him to talk about it when he talked about Mr. Kazuya. But his pride was hurt when he couldn't win, so that's why he went nuts. That's why he was aiming at you. Why me? He thought he'd be better.
I don't know what he meant by aiming, but I was just thinking like of him like getting the what is it? Those little Nerf guns.
He thought he'd be able to. I think they're just called Nerf guns.
Yeah, but my brain kept thinking dart gun, and I went, no, not dart gun.
It's a little different.
It's a little different.
You thought
I'm pretty sure that they don't give the kids darts, question mark.
They are called darts, if I remember correctly.
But they don't have a pointy.
Yeah. I thought he'd be better by taking away the girl I wanted to be with. Huh? Mr. Kawahara tried to understand. Then I looked at him. He took his eyes away and blushed. He continued without looking at me. I really wanted to punch him, to be honest.
You already did punch him.
But I guess I realized about you because he was in the way. Mr. Kawahara looked at me seriously. Mr. Kawahara! Call me by my first name. Kosuke. Koi boy.
Kyosuke? What did it say?
Kyosuke. Kyosuke.
Either it's Kyosuke or Kyosuke.
Probably Kyosuke. Suke. When I called him that, he smiled at me. Yeah, it's good to be called by my real name. I'm gonna forget
The
how
U
to...
is the U is silent. So it's like...
The U is silent? That's usually not the case.
It's okay, we're near the end. We'll call him Koi Fish. We're almost there.
The way Koi Boy showed me his smile made me embarrassed too, and I looked down. After taking a
going
breath,
to constantly get his name wrong.
Kesk. I'm in love with you. He told me straight. I love you too, Koi. When I spoke my feelings honestly. After I told him, I felt like I've been released from suspension. When I realized I haven't told him the important thing. Oh, about the cat. I mean, you might not be able to believe me, but I believe you. I've seen it myself, so I have to believe you. And I've never seen you lie to me. I was surprised and felt really secure. He'll listen to me and understand me. So... I told him about the cats, what I know about it all. I was cursed by a black cat and turned into a cat. In order to break the curse, I have to have true love's kiss. He nodded while he was listening. Guess it's a kiss from Prince Charming. from your koi prince. Prince Koi.
So it's Kaiosuke. We said it right once, finally.
I thought about a fairy tale in my head. Then the prince needs to break the curse on the princess and break it on her like a...
Suplex it on the princess.
When he murmured, he pulled my chin up and... His face came close and our lips touched. Duh!
Duh.
I didn't have time to think whether it's soft or warm. My face was so hot and I was feeling dizzy.
Man, her skirt was going flying, by the way.
So what happens? There's a very sudden gust of wind whenever a...
Them princess curses get broken.
Kisses and curses. So if you get them together, it's quite a gust. How is it? What do you mean? So the princess isn't going to be satisfied with just once? Then his face came closer and he kissed me slowly.
Princess is not satisfied. Kiss more, kiss more.
So this is the kiss with my true love. Then I heard a voice echoing my head. Alright, this time it worked.
And the cat was just like, wait, no.
The curse has
good
been
enough.
broken. Is that voice? When I was about to ask, the voice was gone and... Kaiosuke. His lips moved away. How was it? I smiled at Koi, who blushed a little. I think I'm okay. I see. He placed his forehead and mine and looked at me softly.
So it's...
Like, I get the
I
gist,
understand.
but...
Yeah, we get the gist, but...
What? Was there anything funny? I'm sorry, I didn't laugh at you. I was just so happy. There's so many part that I don't know about Koi, and I won't or got to see that.
It's okay, Piph, we're almost there.
I'll be able to know more from now on. I wanted Koi to understand my happiness, so I placed my arms around his back.
I'm sorry, bro. We do appreciate you trying to help us figure out Japanese names. We're also just terrible at it.
Have you finished
I
preparing?
don't watch enough anime.
I was walking around the waiting room. You're not the one going on stage, so calm down. But the concert hall is a lot bigger than the last one. Aren't you supposed to be too calm for this? Aren't you supposed to be too calm for this? You're okay with your throat, right? Do you like it removed? You keep on asking me questions. I'll be fine. I've been practicing every day. A couple of months after his concert, he quit his job at the host club and he concentrated on music. I thought it would be difficult for him to quit the club since he's the number one host. But his customers and the people from the host club understand him when he speaks honestly, and they didn't want to have any problem with it. A couple of concerts later, There's more fans and there are more fans and they are able to play in bigger halls. The number of audience is a lot more than the first time. And he's not nervous. How can he do that? I was the one who was nervous. Sigh, why do you come here? Why did you come here? I came to deliver the flower. I put down the flowers on Club Viola. From Club Viola. We got orders on the day of the gig. You fool! The flower shop clerk won't go into the waiting room. Huh? What do you mean? I asked the staff to send you in. Huh? He hugged me from behind. One hand was holding my arm and it was shaking. I get nervous with a gig this big. The big gig. I thought I could do it if I see you. No, really? I didn't know he thought of me like that. I feel tingle inside my heart. Probably heart attack. Well, I didn't even notice, but it's you, so... He sighed and pulled me away. I'm sorry. Well, I guess that sounds like you. I'm happy that you got to see... You... What?
I got to see you.
Then he messed my hair. Whoa! Hey, my hair! Stop! When I finish the concert successfully, let's celebrate! After he said that, he waved his hand and left the room. He's so pushy. I thought he... Although I sighed, the face I see inside the mirror looks happy. I guess I enjoy staying with Kawahara. He's gonna... Oh.
What? Oh. Piph?
Give me a second. He's gonna continue working on music. I hope he can support him. Hope I can support him. Hope he can support himself, because I... Okay, why don't you go and watch him from the audience's side? I quickly went out. As a celebration, I should give him a bouquet. This time I'll make something so beautiful that he'll be surprised. I have to grow up so that I can catch up with him. When I opened the door, there were so many audience members cheering for him.
Wait. Well, Piph,
Yeah?
what'd you think?
One of the better ones. Let's see. There's Cop. I like Cop more. There was Childhood Friend, which... I don't know, I got better vibes from this guy.
Really?
Yeah. Like, Childhood Friend is, like, nice, but this... I think the amount of, like, almosts really got me.
So it was like the pacing of the story.
The ending wasn't great either.
Yeah. This one kind of had like almost a no ending.
Yeah, the rest of the story really blended in with the ending to a point where I'm like, I don't know what a bad ending would be. Maybe him going like, I can't really do a music career. I'm going back as the host people, and because of all this, I can't see you anymore.
Maybe he would like straight up just not be there at the club though, if like when you went to the club to profess your feelings and like he wasn't there.
That's the thing. I think the dividing line is literally when the screen goes like good ending.
Mm-hmm.
So that was way after. That's when he did like he was driving you in a car and he's driving you to like, let's go to a quiet place. That's when the bad ending would happen.
That's when the bad ending. So yeah, I guess him staying as a host ? And he's just like, well, bye. This was at least way more entertaining than Takuma.
Yeah. I think he was by
was
far
too
the
long.
worst one because it's so repetitious. He didn't go anywhere. There was no chemistry. And then it had like weird things like, oh man, look how Buffy is. I had a dark past, which doesn't affect anything.
Yeah, his dark past, which is I got into some fights when I was a teenager. I wore leather. Then a cop told me to stop, and that cop was the other cop's father, and then I stopped. My dark past affects me even to this day, which is not really a dark past at all.
But yeah, no, I've been really liking this game. I've been really enjoying all of the weird typos. I've actually been enjoying the game legitimately through its like storytelling. So far, pretty good. For a dating sim, this is kind of up there in like actual like boys.
I have to admit, I understand that all the boys have to be kind of like a type, you know?
Yeah.
And I understand that this boy was supposed to be kind of like the sort of rougher boy, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
The kind of, I'm a little mean, but like not all the time, ? Like,
Yeah.
Tsundere, kinda.
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda. But, man, that date. When he's like, man, we really gotta do something about that clothing.
Like,
Like-
I think if I went out and was like, Glass, we should pick out like a dress, that would be great. But if I worded it, I hate your clothes,
If
we
you,
need to put you
like-
in different clothes.
So, like, think of this, like, if you asked me out on, like, a date,
Yeah.
and I spent time to make myself look nice for this date, and then you say, we should really do something about that clothing, like, what about my clothing? It just doesn't suit you. What? No one wants to hear that
Even
their
if you're right,
clothing
there's
sucks.
not even something you want to say to somebody. Like, if she was like going through all of her clothes and just like, I want to put something together, but like nothing works. And this really doesn't feel like me, but I'm gonna do this anyway because I feel like it might be my nicest clothes. And he goes like, that doesn't fit you. You shouldn't say that. You could have absolutely worded that differently. Or, you know, maybe not have had the entire thing of like, hey, I want you to look different.
I don't know if it was the intention of the writer for him to have like that sort of rougher side show up there, or if it was supposed to be like a weird way of him trying to like justify just buying you things because he wanted to ?
So, from what I can tell from just reading through this, I think a lot of the translations are like extremely rough and very straightforward. Like, the thank you very much is a very direct translation. And that's something that is very common for Japan, because they have very, like, similar lines that they would say, especially in video games. If you've been looking at the, Yakuza series, you notice that they'll have, like, arigato, I think there's a second phrase after that. Gaimashita, something like that. And thank you very much would probably be kind of a direct translation of that. So if they say that line, that's usually not how we speak. We like to have, like, a very, like, differing statements and things like that. We like to vary what we say. And with the translation with Yakuza, they will change the thanks and, like, put in, like, the person's name, even though they didn't say their name, and so on and so forth. This feels like a very straight translation. They didn't fluff up most of this.
Yeah, as Brevin said, these feel like they were done by translators, not adapters.
Yeah.
Like, overall, like, I understand that this boy is just supposed to be rougher. And I think I was, like, kind of mostly okay with all of his stuff, because I understand that's, like, part of his appeal. But, like, that part of the date, I was just like, come on.
Yeah, no, that's definitely...
It's like, I know what girls like, come on. It's like, you don't know her tastes, come on.
As quality of, like, nice boys and things like that, I would definitely put him... bottom? Would I... Yeah, I'd put him bottom. I think all the other boys have just been really nice.
Childhood friends sometimes had a bit of roughness.
Yeah. I think he's, like, a little bit above, and then there's Green Hair Boy, which... he's nice, but...
That's all he is.
That's all he is. And surprisingly, the Cop Boy's freaking way nicer than him, and that's what the Green Boy's made out of, is just nice.
I'm sorry for any Takuma stands in the audience, but Takuma, for us, was just so dull.
He didn't go well.
I'm playing my dating sim game. I want to be able to date interesting characters.
Yeah. Even Cop Boy, like, he's just a straightforward, nice boy, and it worked. It worked really well. Maybe because it didn't drag on like the other guy and didn't, like, go on.
Well,
repeat.
yeah, I think that's what really got to us, is that Takuma's just, like, kept going.
Yeah. Anyway.
We were really sick of
Obviously
story,
talking in circles at this point.
I love Muppet Cat.
Muppet Cat's good. Best
Muppet
character.
Cat.
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 I don't know, Cop Boy, though.
Cat.
Alright. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've all had a marvelous Christmas, or whatever you may celebrate.
Or Hanukkah.
Or
Or
Hanukkah.
Kwanzaa.
There's a ton of them. It's like 9.
Have
There's probably
good
more.
times.
Bye!
Bye.